It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
What are you talking about?
No, it's not him. There is only one more. There is only one more. That's it. One more.
Get her ass!
No!
They saw your team put up zero effort.
Wake up!
Remember in the old days they used to have oxygen for them. Where's the oxygen?
Play like absolute just garbage.
This is the Sports Loudmouths.
Yay!
Man, can you keep it down? I'm trying to introduce here. With Errol Marks, Speedy Petey, and Josh Silverberg.
You're not even a has-been. You're a never was. You're a never was. You're a never was. We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Interesting start.
We are back. This is the Sports Loudmouths. I'm your host, Errol Marks. My co-host, Mr. Speedy Petey, and Little J himself, Joshua Silverberg. Remember, you can listen to our show every single Wednesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. You can go to our website at www.worldwidesportsradio.com. And ladies and gentlemen, you could call us if you haven't called us already. And if you want to talk to us idiots, you can call us at 631-965-4990. You could also, ladies and gentlemen, download our app, iOS, WWSRN, or Android, Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Hello, Mr. Speedy Petey.
Hello.
Are you enjoying yourself? Have you enjoyed yourself throughout the week with all the shows that we have on our network?
I've enjoyed myself. I also want to give two special shout-outs today. Shout-out to my brother who just graduated from Northeastern over the weekend with his master's degree.
What's Mommy doing tonight, huh?
I'm not sure. But I don't know if there's any correlation with that, but shout out to him. And also shout out to my grandparents. It is their 59th anniversary today.
Oh, Granny and Grandpa. Well, I have to definitely reach out to your grandfather and maybe hang out with Granny a little bit later. What do you think?
Hopefully both at the same time.
Why? What's wrong with me just hanging out with Grandma?
Things you've talked about.
What things do I talk about? I mean,
stuff that I don't need to reveal now. Save it for your random videos that you love to do.
Well, there's a lot of random videos, that's for sure. But if you guys haven't seen us, well, you can check it out on Snapchat. And we do actually have a TikTok now.
Yes, I got tricked into a TikTok on Friday. Thank you for noting.
Oh, Mr. Silverberg, what's going on, my friend?
Nothing much, guys. I'm just trying to watch the Wizards-Hawks game because I'm banking on hopefully Atlanta can lose and the Knicks can kind of get back into pretty much
home field advantage?
What's the word?
Home field advantage?
I mean, you could say they could control their own destiny because there's no way Miami's going to beat both Milwaukee or Philadelphia. That's not going to happen.
No,
and then if Atlanta can lose this game to Washington, then the Knicks control everything, and they get the 4th seed. And the heaven on earth, if that can happen, and the Bucks or whoever the 3rd seed is loses that first round, the Knicks can have home court in the 2nd round.
Oh my God! Let's jump for joy. I've even lost. I will say this: I have lost my feed. I don't see you guys, but maybe Speedy can come over and help me. But anyways, we have.
You're funny with that, Speedy. Go over there and help you.
Yeah, well, I don't know where I am. I don't see you guys. Something disappeared.
Come over there and help you.
What happened over there?
That's at the time Alex asked, Speedy, what do we do?
Well, I'm not like that. I don't have to do that to find
5 minutes left in the show. What do we do? Well, we finished the show. That's what we did.
It was lost, ladies and gentlemen. I've lost myself. But again,
you did that a while ago, my friend.
Well, again, there's a lot of nastiness to this show, and I'm not going to reveal the nastiness to the show yet. Anyways, we've got a great show lined up for you guys today. We're going to talk about the NFL schedules. The NFL schedules have now hit the world, and everybody, whoop-de-doo. We'll go through the Jets, the Giants, and throughout the league.
We're not doing projections, right?
No, we're not going to do projections.
Lose this game. Okay, good. good. Okay.
Well, do you want to do that? Do you really want me to lose my mind, or do you want me to smack you silly?
Oh, now we lost Speedy.
Well, Speedy's a little lost, so Speedy's just going to have to pop himself back in.
And now Arrow's on
two of them.
both feet. What's going on?
Double the trouble.
What is happening, Speedy?
Now everything's back to normal, and I hope Arrow can see
I don't know
himself
about
now.
that. Arrow was muted. I saw Arrow twice.
I look beautiful.
The last thing I or anybody wants is Arrow twice, let alone once. Okay?
Well, hold on one second. What's wrong with looking at me more than once?
Oh, my God. It's a nightmare.
What's a nightmare?
Should we put you in a double feed for the rest of the show?
No, that's a Stephen King type of movie. That's what
really?
that is.
Is it that bad, or do I really look that bad? Seriously?
No, it's not about looking that bad. It's just double personality from you. It's like a Stephen King movie. We don't want that.
All right, from now on, we'll have a show where everyone goes in 2 feeds. We'll see how it looks.
Well, it would look.
No.
There is a beauty.
That means Arrow can make fun of you double the amount, Speedy. That's perfect.
There's a beauty. There's a beauty of looking at this face. That's for sure.
It's okay. Then that means Jeff and Carl and all that can make fun of me double the amount.
Well, you make a lot of mistakes. By the way, Carl sees me. He says he sees me, and Snug says, "Yay, Speedy!"
Thank you, Snug. Right, your celebration will gladly continue, Snug.
I do love Carl yesterday on the wrestling show.
Really?
Saying, "Oh, here goes Josh with the rumors," and I said, "Hey, listen, I may have rumors, but my rumors aren't as good as Adam Schefter's rumors. That's for damn sure." I don't have to follow
Josh, did you see me change your? Did you see me change the like of the Facebook comment to a laughter in the comment section?
Well, there's a lot of laughter when it comes to Speedy's stupid laugh. What? Sounds like a jack-lantern, whatever the hell you call it. I mean, he's got the worst.
I sound like a jack-o'-lantern that doesn't make noise.
Well, you are.
There it is again. There it is again.
It's terrible, man. It's a terrible laugh. It's terrible, Speedy. You got to fix that laugh. It's got to be something.
Meanwhile,
else.
we got a big celebration for you this week,
What's
sir.
that? Oh, yes. My birthday bash, which is going to be on the Nautica Mile in the Great Bay, or what, South Bay? Or is that the South Bay? Or would it be the North Bay? Oh, it'd be one of them.
It is on Nassau County. I think the nightmare part of it is I got to drive and pick up both Speedy and Lyle.
Well,
there's a nightmare.
Is that bad? Right. Is that bad? I don't know.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me?
Well, Speedy already said he doesn't want to be in the same car as
Lyle. I told Arrow I might have to drink before the party if I knew.
I'm not even kidding. If I hear one, I swear to God, if I hear one Francisco Lindor Trey Turner argument from you two, I'm not.
No, I'm banning him from that.
Okay, I'm knocking you both.
I'm banning him from that.
We're not. Well, let's get to our show, okay? Because I don't really want to get into the Trey Turner banter or whatever the crap you guys want to talk about. But anyways,
it's an overdone debate done by Lyle. That's all you need to know.
We will also get into the New York Rangers firing Mr. Quinn today. So Quinn will be out. And where they're going to go as far as their coach is concerned. I mean, the story's coming out that it could be Mark Messier, could be Torts.
No, it's not. They already came out. They're hiring an experienced coach.
I don't believe anything that is said until it happens, buddy.
I'm just saying they already have reached out to six of the candidates.
Hold on one second. We're not getting into hockey right now, so shove it up your ass, okay?
Well, you could shove it up your ding hole.
Well,
speaking of ass, Carl says pick up some chicks for Speedy on the way, Josh.
No, well, he's going to need it.
The odds of that are not going to be very likely.
What's the place in Farmingdale, Arrow? What's it called again?
What do you mean, Farmingdale?
What's the strip club in Farmingdale called?
There's a couple of them.
No, there's that one over you drove past, the one that's next to the Hilton.
Oh, wait a second, I forgot that one. I can't remember. I can't remember right now. Why do you put me in the spot, man?
Because that's the only way you're gonna pick up a chick for him. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna pick him up. You're the one who's picking him up. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm trying to. You've driven with him enough. I'm trying to get options here.
Well, options are he needs to find himself his own chick. That's what he needs to do.
Do it for him on Friday. Get a girl intoxicated enough where he could.
Well, I tried to, and he tried to date her. I mean, it was he tried to date this Russian girl. I told him, okay, here's a quick story, and we got to get into sports, okay? Quickly, Speedy came out 2 years ago for my birthday. We were doing it at it was 2.5 years ago. Yeah. It was at the Irish Times, and it's a great place. It's a great place to hang out. We had about 30, 40 people that came out and showed up at my birthday. This Russian girl was trying to hit on me. Obviously, I have a girlfriend, so I kind of shrugged her off me and pushed her to Speedy. Literally pushed her to Speedy. So she came up to me and I went to Speedy. I went to the girl and I said, "You see," I pointed to him and I was like, "That. I did that." And she looked at me. Her eyes just glimmered. And After that, she was stuck on Speedy for the whole time, man.
And what did Speedy do to screw it up?
Well, here's the story. Speedy hung out with her after that. I told Speedy, do not fall in love with her. She is not out for love. She's out for something else. Speedy didn't listen to me, but he got his first kiss. He got his first kiss from her.
That's nice. But, Speedy, are you the type that, really quick, are you the type that
falls in love?
The first girl you bang, you're going to think you're going to marry her?
No.
We got it.
Sure?
It was just a hangout. It was mainly just a hangout.
We got to hook him up. It's definitely it's an important.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm afraid he's gonna. The first girl he bangs, he's gonna say, "Will you marry me in the bed?"
No, I'm not that.
He's not you, Josh. He's not you, Josh.
Oh, please! You don't even want to know the stories.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
I think Errol was more desperate in that instance to get her than I was. So the amount of times he was pushing her into me.
I was pushing her. You have no idea what I was doing, guys. All you fans out there.
Though?
She was very attractive for Speedy. Oh my God, she was a drop dead gorgeous girl.
I was trying to push her into me when I was trying to order another drink at the bar.
I was.
What about
all of a
for
sudden,
the beef?
just behind me.
Throw her on the beef.
I'm a good listen, guys. I am the best wingman. I am the best wingman when it comes to women. Okay, if somebody points out a girl to me and they want to talk to them, I am going to go up to the girl. It doesn't matter. I have no shyness. I don't square away from any.
Oh, trust me, we know you don't have any shyness.
I am not a shy person. I will walk up to that girl and I will speak for them. I have hooked up matter of fact, two of my friends, which by the way, I was the best man in both their weddings. I hooked them up with their future wives. So at a bar. So I actually have stories to tell. And I actually went up there when I did my speech, and I actually told the story. So it is really, really funny. So, but I do like to have fun. Okay. So anyways, we have a great show lined up for you, as you guys know, but first things first, we get into the NFL. The NFL is the talk of the town, especially on this show. And there are a lot of stories coming out, and I will go into the Jets and the Giants first before we go into their schedules, and we'll go into the inside and out. I will talk about some of the NFC schedules too, and we also are going to go into the NHL with the playoffs, what we see so far when it comes to the playoff berths and who the teams are playing, like the Islanders are playing the Penguins. We'll go through those series and tell you who we think they're going to win in the first round. So, the New York Jets, and there were a lot of pictures coming out with Zach Wilson and Moore. They were out to dinner, and actually him and his father took a picture. Zach Wilson and his father took a funny picture and actually posted it all over social media. And Jet fans were not very happy about that picture. I don't understand why. I think the fact is that the Jets. Zach Wilson is out hanging about right now in New York, and he's not concentrating on film or whatever. Rookie camps are over. He looked very, very good in rookie camps. And the stories coming out in Jets camp really is not Zach Wilson, but their coach, Robert Saleh. And this is Robert Saleh's first year as a head coach. He's a rookie coach with a rookie quarterback and practically a bunch of rookies on his team. The New York Jets going into the season is the youngest team in the NFL. This is going to be the youngest team in the NFL. And a lot of Jet fans are going to sit back and they're going to look at the schedule. Winnable. They're not winnable. Because first of all, they have Carolina in their first game of the season. Okay, which is Sam Darnold's first game back against the New York Jets. What does that tell you as a Jet fan? Okay? Revenge game. You do not want to play Sam Darnold in the first game in the season. You do not. Because Zach Wilson is going to have his trials and tribulations. He's going to go out there. He's going to make his mistakes. He's a rookie quarterback. He is a rookie. Okay? So all you Jet fans are going to sit here and tell me, oh, I'm not worried about Sam Darnold. You should be. You should be. I'm scared as hell. I don't want to play Sam Darnold. I thought the Jets were going to play Sam Darnold maybe in week 7, week 6. No, they got him in the first game of the season. That's not a good sign for the Jets season. And by the way, their schedule gets hard in the beginning and easier at the end. Okay? But nevertheless, Robert Saleh as a rookie coach. Now, reading some of the reports and some of these analysts here in New York, they're saying that Robert Saleh, being that he is a good fan-friendly coach, he is a player's coach, just like Rex Ryan. He is not going to be coaching the players anymore. He's going to be coaching the coaches to coach the players. So this is a different position. He's put in a different position to succeed. We knew Adam Gase couldn't do it. We know that. We don't even know if he could be an offensive coordinator, but he was a successful offensive coordinator with the Broncos. He was also successful. Well, that was Peyton Manning. And he was successful with Jay Cutler over there in Chicago.
That's his best credentials, is Jay Cutler's career year or something like that.
No, and by the way, Carl says, I thought the Dolphins are the youngest. No, the Jets, after their draft this year, the Jets are the youngest team in the NFL.
Yeah, Carl, I looked it up, but even before the season, it was the Texans, too. It wasn't the Dolphins.
The Jets are the youngest team in the NFL this year. So, Robert Saleh said some interesting things after rookie camp. And the one thing that really stuck out to me is family. That's what he wants to preach with the New York Jets. This is a family. This is not every man for himself. It's not one player. It's not one player to blame. This is a team game. And if you expect to win a championship, you have to play like a team. And the New York Jets over the last couple of years, really since Rex Ryan, have not played like a team. This is a really rebuilt team every single year. Every single year there's a new offensive lineman. Every single year there's a new defensive player on the defensive line. I want to see stability. Go look at the Dolphins this year. Besides the rookies, there's stability there. They didn't really bring in free agents. They didn't have to. This is a team that was built for the last 2 or 3 years, ever since Brian Flores came from the New England Patriots. Yeah, they added a player here and a player there, but this is a team that was built to win. The New York Jets need to build around the draft, just like the Chicago Bears needed to do, just like the Arizona Cardinals have done over the last couple of years. The New England Patriots have really taken a step back from that. What they did this year, which I think is going to be a failure for them this year, was spend money. They spent over $145 million this offseason or something like that. $130 million.
Those are terrible.
They spent a lot of money this offseason. Does that benefit the New England Patriots moving forward? No, because over the years, they built around the draft. And last couple of years have been a little dry in their draft. Mm-hmm. So going into this season, this is a completely different rebuilt New England Patriot team. But what I heard Robert Saleh say, really, in every single interview and press coverage, he said that we are going to be a family this year. That it's not going to be about one player or 2 players or 3 players. It's not about Zach Wilson. It's not about me. It's about team. If we're going to win, we're going to win as a team and lose as a team. With Adam Gase, what did Adam Gase do last year when they lost? Who did he blame it on? He didn't blame it on himself. He blamed it on Sam Darnold. He blamed it on the defense. He blamed it on Greg Williams. It was never taking responsibility for being the head coach of the New York Football Jets. This has been a problem for the Jets year in and year out for the last 12 years. And now the New York Jets have a coach that knows what it is to stick up for his players, to be a head coach of a team. Now, do we think that Robert Saleh is going to be successful as a head coach in this league? We don't know what he is. We don't know what he is. But everything that he has said and what he has preached, guys, is what you expect a head coach to say as he walks in a new team, a new roster, and a new relationship with the new GM.
It's interesting how many players already have come out and defended him in terms of the type of player coach that he is, too. And now the Jets have an assortment now of new veteran-type players and new players in the prime of their careers and a great draft with the rookies that they have. And Wilson and Moore, you were talking about earlier, already bonding is already a strong sign, getting connected right away, no matter how they do it. Obviously, they had a workout. They had the picture in the restaurant, the Italian restaurant like you were talking about. And that's a good sign, too. And maybe Saleh's influencing that as well. And when all those injuries happen happened with the Niners last year. You could tell that the team was still bonding. They were hanging close because of that kind of culture, especially on the defense, which was still top 10. And if he brings that kind of culture and that kind of confidence to these young players, that'll definitely make a difference, especially for a team in the Jets that's still rebuilding in a lot of areas.
Josh, let me ask you a question. And you were very high on Zach Wilson because he's a great leader, and Sam Darnold he wasn't punctual. He wasn't that guy that could stand in the huddle and really get these guys hyped up. And you love the fact that Zach Wilson is like a Baker Mayfield, a guy that's going to go out there. He's going to be very abrupt. He's going to be very cocky, and he's going to play the game as hard as he does. So, to me, the one thing that stands out to me so far is Zach Wilson is going out and he's hanging out with the players. He's putting himself out there and showing people and really the press and really the fans that he is going to be the team leader. And he's going to have to earn his respect, not only from the rookies, but from the veterans.
Look at it this way. How many times did you really see Sam Darnold hanging out with any of his teammates at all during his time with the Jets? Granted, he didn't have social media, but you would think that somebody would spot a picture and post it on Twitter or something like that. Like I know Saquon Barkley is seen hanging out with people sometimes on the Giants and stuff like that. Listen, it's a team bonding experience. If you're upset about a stupid photo, then go piss off. That's what I say about it, because I look at it this way. You're trying to basically engage with a new teammate. And the first thing that Zach Wilson did was, and we heard it last week from our guys that came on the show, was after the new receivers got drafted, whether they were drafted or they were already a player on the Jets, he started watching film on every single one of those players, and he reached out to them too. And also another thing is he's trying to get together an off-season camp as well, I think, in Utah. I think he's trying to, set something up kind of like Jet West when you think about it. So when you look at what he's trying to do, Speedy, is, you're taking into account. Mark Sanchez tried to do it with Jet West. Remember, they went to California and they did all of that. So, now it's like when you look at the situation, you look what the Jets are trying to do, look what Zach Wilson's trying to do. He's trying to bring his teammates together, go out west, go to Utah, see whoever wants to come out with him, and go practice. And that's called being a team leader. That's engaging your teammates. That's telling them, hey, listen, I'm all in. If you want to go out there, you have to be all in as well. And it's that simple. And if you want to join me in being all in, let's have at it. And that's something I think Sam did not do enough of.
We have our first call of the day. Welcome to the Sports Lounge House. Who are we speaking to?
Hey, guys. It's Jillian. How are you guys doing?
Jillian, what's going on? I didn't even know it was Jillian.
I know, I was going to try to surprise you guys. I'm just calling on my house phone. So how are all of you doing? I feel like it's been a while since I've been on the show. What's going on?
Well, what's going on? Speedy has a girlfriend, and it's a dog. It's a dog. It's a dog,
and Speedy,
yeah.
Come on.
All the dogs in my family are male.
Well, you actually are dating Josh's dog.
Yes, that's a fact.
I've never met Josh's dog yet. I've only just seen her on the screen.
Well, that's why you're dating her. Yeah, you have a lot of doggy love.
He's socially distancing dating, Speedy.
If that's how dating worked, everyone's dating life will be easy.
Well, it's a good dating life. That's pretty good, as you know. Anyways, Jillian, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, just relaxing here. I was actually just watching AEW. AEW, as Josh knows, I promise I said I won't spoil anything for him, but I heard you guys were talking about the NFL schedule release today, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about actually a match that I'm actually really, really excited for, which is the Jets and the Falcons playing in London. Now, I remember when they did that the first time in England, I was like, this is going to be amazing. I can't believe that they're going to go back to England and we're going to have an American invasion of football, not
well. Every year, besides with the COVID-19 situation, every year
right.
they do the London games, and
since 2007.
I don't like the fact that the Jets are one of the London games this year. I don't, being that it's going to be at 9:30 in the morning. They're playing the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta is not supposed to be a very good defensive team, but stories coming out from Atlanta that they're going to keep Julio Jones. They want to be an electrifying offense this year with Matt Ryan, with their new offensive coordinator coach over there. So they're going to be a high-flying offense. So that doesn't bode well for the Jets. But, the interesting part of this London thing with the New York Jets is you're going to get an opportunity, and the English fan is going to get the opportunity to see Zach Wilson and Robert Saleh, the new faces of the New York Jets organization. So in that thought, it is good. But for the New York Jets to travel over there with the whole COVID-19, you don't want Zach Wilson to get COVID. You don't want any of these guys to get COVID. Going to another country, putting yourself at risk, that scares me as a New York Jet fan. But all in all, I'm happy that the Jets and football is back. 17 games this year, not 16 games, but it'll be 17 games this year. A shorter preseason definitely varies for some of these teams, especially the New York Jets, because I think that the quicker they get into the season, the quicker you get the opportunity to show what you have and show the talent that you have on the field. So how about you, Josh? Do you like that the Jets are one of the English games this year in London?
You know what? To me, it was interesting. At first, I wasn't happy about it as well because I'm thinking also with the traveling and everything like that, it throws everybody off. I would imagine they're getting a bye week the week after the London game. That's usually generally how it works.
Mm-hmm. They are.
I guess the positive about it, too, is it takes a home game away from the Falcons, right? It doesn't take away a home game from the Jets. So that benefits the Jets in their part. It hurts the Falcons because that's a home game right there that's off their schedule. And that's the thing with the Jaguars every single year, and the Jaguars are always ridiculed about it, is every year they're going to get a home game or two taken off their schedule because of London and the Khan family. They have a team over there in England as well for soccer and stuff like that. Excuse me, football, as they call it. So
foosball.
This kind of it helps the Jets in a way because they don't have to travel to Atlanta now. They don't have to feel like the road team anymore. It hurts because it throws off their scheduling and traveling, but then you have the bye week the next week. So I think it actually will help them more than it hurts.
I think it's terrible. And the fact that they have to play the Carolina Panthers, and we're going to go through the games very, very soon, where the Jets are and what the Jets need to do in these games to be competitive this year. I will tell you what I think the Jets' record is going to be with the schedule that they have this year. I think that looking at this, the season, it is very top-heavy. And I think the Jets' first 6-7 games are hard. They're difficult. Besides the Atlanta Falcons, the season really gets easier in week 8 and week 9. So, and that's not saying much. And I thought the Jets' schedule was going to be a lot easier than this. Playing Sam Darnold in the first game of the season, that doesn't bode well for the Jets. I mean, seriously, Sam Darnold's going to go out there every possible way to hurt the Jets and knock the Jets off and really embarrass the Jets. Now, if Sam Darnold wins, you know what Joe Douglas is going to get abused because he's going to say, oh, you should have kept Sam. You shouldn't have drafted Zach. Look how bad Zach looked in the game. Look how good Sam looked in the game. So that doesn't really help the situation, bringing in a rookie quarterback against a quarterback that was pretty much pushed out for a rookie quarterback. So I don't think that's good.
If I could, I was thinking when I saw that the Jets and Zach Wilson is going to play Sam Darnold, I go, look, if the Jets lose this game and Sam and the Panthers end up winning, this is just all the Jets fans in general are just going to be so pissed because it's going to show everybody that Sam Darnold, he can play. It's just that, maybe he wasn't the right fit for the Jets. But if Sam does win, I think there's going to be hell to pay.
Well, there's hell to pay right now because
Hawks won, by the way. Atlanta won, by the way.
I'm sorry?
Atlanta won.
No, I didn't say anything. I was just laughing.
Well, he's talking about the basketball game. He's not even talking about football. But anyways, I'm upset.
Sorry.
I'm upset because I don't want to see Sam Darnold in the first game of the season. By the way, Speedy, read off what people are writing.
Yeah, I was just about to. Carl says, rumor from Josh, Jets West in Utah. Snug says, Sam Darnold's going to drop 5 touchdowns, and I can't wait. Darnold will look like an MVP for exactly one game. Snug says, is it the beard or the V-neck T-shirts that make you an unstoppable wingman? Speedy's girl in heat. Okay, thanks, Carl.
Carl, really quick, it's not even a rumor. If there's actual reporters actually reporting it, I'm just reading what the reporters are
No, you're
saying.
Mr. Rumorville, okay?
I mean, that's I guess. I'm not the one making the rumor up. I'm just reporting what the news is.
You're Mr. Rumorville.
Snug says you should see what Josh does to the poor cats on TikTok. Carl says, what the hell is Josh talking about? They don't have to travel to Atlanta, but they have to take a 7-hour flight to London. Yeah. And then he finished it off with the points that it hurts the Falcons because they lose a home game. It doesn't hurt the Jets because they don't lose a home game. They are traveling to flicking London.
I think, and I agree with everything Carl said, except the fact that this doesn't hurt the Jets. I think it hurts the Jets. I don't want the Jets to fly to London. I don't want to. First of all, why are the Jets, out of all the teams that you can pick, all the games that you can pick this year?
It's the worst teams they usually put there. That's why.
Why would you pick the Jets?
Because it's usually the worst teams that go there.
That's not true.
What it is.
That's not true. The Dallas Cowboys, what was it, last year or the year before? The Dallas Cowboys were one of the teams. I disagree. I don't think that this is good for the Jets.
The Jets have been to London, I think, twice?
Twice.
With
Miami
Rex Ryan. Then they did, what was it? Who was
with Rex Ryan. With Rex Ryan. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think it was against Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken.
That actually sounds familiar.
I think it was against Atlanta.
One was against Miami, I know that. Another was, I think, against Atlanta.
The Cowboys suck.
But I understand where you're coming from, where they're traveling to London. I completely understand
with
that.
COVID-19, with the whole COVID-19 situation.
No, and I understand. Well, again, we're talking November compared to where now it might be a little bit different. The point I'm trying to say is, if you go to Atlanta, I understand they're traveling to London. And the good thing is, again, they have a bye week the next week, so they have a chance to basically regroup themselves, get themselves together. Whereas if you're going to Atlanta, there's no home field for the Jets at all, period. End of discussion. It's all Atlanta fans. It's not going to benefit them. It's an indoor dome stadium. It could be overwhelming for Wilson.
Right.
We don't know. You don't know how he's going to react to that. Whereas London, there's no one fan over the other fan. It's just people are just there watching football. And again, the Jets get the bye week the next week.
All right, so why don't we do this? Let's go through the games. Jillian, you can go through the games with us, and we'll tell you what you think, what we think about the games in order, and where we think the Jets are going to land this year with the schedule that they have. All right?
We are doing this.
Oh, it's not. It's quickly.
Way too early predictions.
Why is it way too early? These are predictions that, make sense. So why don't we?
No, I'm not denying that. It's just that's usually the theme name for this.
All right, whatever. Let's go through the games and let's see where the Jets are going to be at. You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I have the schedule up right here if you're all ready to go.
The Jets are awful. They should relocate to London. That's what Jeff says.
Who said that?
Jeff said that. All right,
okay.
Let's go with this game. Jets Panthers. Who do you got? Killing.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna go with the Panthers on this one. I think Sam Darnold is just gonna destroy them. I do.
How about you, Speedy? Who you got?
I got the Panthers, too. I think they just have a little more pieces intact. They have the Jets have a bunch of new coaches, too, a lot of new players. And I think it'll take a little bit of time, so I'm going to go with the Panthers, too.
How about you, Josh?
I'm going to go with Carolina, too. I think you're going to see Sam Darnold kind of get into the rhythm with this team quickly, whereas there's so many rookie pieces, like Speedy said, between the coach and the players. So I'll go with Carolina.
I got the Jets in this game. I do. Carolina has a new quarterback. He's going to have to figure out the offense. I think Sam Darnold, we've seen this. It took him a long time to figure out a lot of these offenses, especially Adam Gase. He didn't even figure it out. So
does anyone really figure out Adam Gase's offense?
I'm just saying, how about Todd Bowles? How about Bates? He couldn't figure out the NFL offense. So,
really quick, you can guarantee this at times. The Jets and a rookie quarterback winning in week 1 usually does happen.
I think Zach Wilson, it's going to be very, very easy to understand the offense because they're going to run the ball more than they're going to throw the ball with this offense, with the Robert Saleh offense, and with the, I guess, Kyle Shanahan offense. So I have the Jets in that game. The Patriots and the Jets, week number 2.
Ooh, Patriots and the Jets.
In New York.
In New York? Okay, I'm going to go with the Jets.
All right, I'm going to go Patriots.
I am no aficionado on football, so as you all know.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Wrestling.
Bill Belichick has a great track record against rookie quarterbacks. Even Justin Herbert, Rookie of the Year last year, had his worst game against them.
How about you, Josh?
Oh, man, home opener. It's going to be wild. The fans are going to go crazy. I'm going to go with the Jets. I think the Jets, I understand Bill Belichick's done a good job against rookie quarterbacks in the past, but there have been times, a la Mark Sanchez at times, when as a rookie he has found a way to beat Bill Belichick at MetLife Stadium, excuse me. But listen,
So you got the Jets. We got it. We got it. I got the Patriots in this game. I think that the Patriots, like Speedy said, Bill Belichick works very, very well first time playing a rookie quarterback. I think second game might be different, but I think in this particular game, I got the Patriots in this game. Jets and Broncos, week number 3.
All right, I'm going to take Jets and Broncos.
In Denver.
Oh, Denver's going.
In Denver, I'll take the Jets.
Oh.
I'm gonna take the Jets too. Zach Wilson playing in Utah, he's going to be used to the altitude a lot more than a lot of people think. I think he'll be able to adjust well with that, and I think the Jets have some good matchup advantages defensively against a Broncos team that's more of a running team with a good run defense.
Right now, Speedy, if I could, Zach Wilson is from Utah, so it's going to take him less time to acclimate to the climate there, and he's going to feel at home in his zone. His friends and his family may be there, so he may feel more comfortable there than he would maybe in MetLife.
How about you, Josh?
It's an interesting one. I was going to go with Denver at first, but you swung me the other way with the whole getting acclimated to the weather, so I'm going to go with the Jets in this one.
It depends who the quarterback is. If it's Teddy Bridgewater, I think the Broncos will have the advantage. We don't know who the quarterback is going to be there. Now,
I don't think Bridgewater makes a difference.
Hold on. It could be Aaron Rodgers being the quarterback.
Oh, well, then that's a different story.
It could be Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know who the quarterback is going to be in the beginning of the season. So if it's Aaron Rodgers, I got the Broncos. If it isn't, I'm going to go with the Jets in this game. I think as the season progresses, I think you're going to see a little bit better quarterback play from Zach Wilson. So I got the Jets in this game only if Aaron Rodgers is not the quarterback going into week number 3.
Carl says, in what world are the Jets going to be above 500 at any point this season?
I think they will. At one point.
And Jeff says at no point.
Titans and Jets, week number 4. Who do you got, Jillian? In New York.
In New York, I'm going to go with the Jets, but it could be the Titans. The only reason I say that is because, the Titans do have Derrick Henry, who is an amazing, amazing playmaker. That could be the only reason that I guess, well, for me, as I'm not a football aficionado here, that could be a reason that they have a roadblock, but since it's home, I'm going to say the Jets.
Speedy,
I'm going to say the Jets as well. I'm going to say the Jets because I think they have the run defense, not to stop Derrick Henry completely, but contain him enough where he's not a whole focal point. And the Titans outside of Brown don't have the receivers to capitalize against those bad Jets corners.
How about you, Josh?
I'm going to go with the Jets. I think the Titans lost way too much this offseason. And again, the Jets stacked up on their defensive line, right? Run defense key against Derrick Henry. If you stop Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill's going to have to beat you with his arm, and we've seen in the past. Can't be done, really.
This is going to be an interesting game. I have to see as the season progresses in these 3 games how Zach Wilson is developing. But looking at the talent, and the Jets are still a young team, I'm going to go with the Titans in this game. I think the Titans are still the better team. They have a very good running game, and they still have weapons. They have A.J. Brown on the outside. They have weapons. I still think Ryan Tannehill is still a better quarterback. Zach Wilson, it's going to take a little while for Zach Wilson to figure things out. So I got the Titans in week number 4.
Carl says you guys have the Jets at 3-1 right now. This is nuts. No, I have them at 2-2.
I have them at 2-2.
Errol has them at 2-2 as well.
I have them at 2-2 right now. Jets and Falcons in London. Who do you got, Jillian?
I'm going to go with the Jets.
Wow.
I mean, I think each team is going to be obviously they're going to get there early, but still, you have to acclimate to the new time zone. The time there in London, it's going to be in the afternoon probably. Here it's going to be morning. Doesn't factor into anything. But I'm just going to go with the Jets. Let's see how Zach Wilson does in a completely different setting in a different country.
How about you, Speedy?
I'm going to take Atlanta. I actually think this is one of the tougher matchups for the Jets secondary in this game because of those receivers, not just one receiver, the core of receivers. Now, if Julio Jones is gone, obviously that could be different, but I think that's going to be a tough one for them. Atlanta's a little more of an experienced team, too, with more players I think that would have traveled to London, too, while the Jets have a lot of young guys.
How about you, Josh?
Going with Atlanta in this one, traveling is going to be tough for them. And again, as Speedy said, that defensive backfield, man, for the Jets, it really hasn't improved that much. So I'm going to go with Atlanta in this one.
I'm going with the Jets in this game. I don't like Atlanta's defense. They're terrible. They're horrendous. Who's playing defense in their secondary? This is the worst defense in the NFL. They're going to be a joke. The Jets are going to be able to run against this defense. The Jets are going to be able to throw against this defense. This defense is horrible. They're a good offensive team. I think it'll be close, but I think the Jets are going to outwin them. So I'm going to go with the Jets in this game. Jets and Patriots after the bye week.
Ooh, okay. Pats are going to be in their home territory. I'm going Pats.
Yeah, I'm going to go Pats again. I think Wilson plays better in this one. I don't think it's as strong of a home field advantage, but I'm still going to take New England.
How about you, Josh?
I'm going to go with the Patriots in this one. I think you're going to see it's going to be a different element for Zach to deal with. In Belichick at home, go with the Patriots.
I got the Patriots, too. I think both games, being that the games are so early in the season, this is usually not what happens. The Jets usually play the Patriots in Week 6, and then they play them usually in Week 15 or Week 14 before the season's end. This is a terrible schedule for the New York Jets. I have the Patriots winning both games against the New York Jets. Bengals and Jets. Who do you got?
Ooh, I'm going to go Bengals. Only reason if Joe Burrow's 100% healthy, he could really give the Jets a run for their money.
This one's close. I'll take the Jets at home, though. This one's going to be a shootout for sure. Both those teams have bad secondaries right now, so I'll take the Jets in a close one.
How about you, Josh?
Same thing. I'll take the Jets in this one. Both secondaries are so putrid. It's bad. I don't know who's even going to be helping on the offensive line for Burrow this year with that defensive line for the Jets. So I'll go with the Jets in this one.
The
Carl
Jets.
Lawson revenge game.
I got the Jets.
Screw.
Could I speak for a second? We have to get through this. I got the Jets in this game. I think the Bengals. I like Mixon. If Mixon stays healthy, he's one of the best running backs in the league. I think he's explosive, but the Jets have one of the best run-stopping defenses in the league. Remember, they're shifting from a 3-4 to 4-3. Well, it's going to open up the defense, and they're going to have to really clog up the middle, especially in a 4-3 defense. So I got the Jets in this game. I think it's going to be close. I think with Joe Burrows, I think it's going to be a shootout with both those quarterbacks. But I got the Jets in that game. Jets and Colts, right, in November 4th, Week 8 for the New York Jets. Or Week 9, actually.
All right, I'm going to go Colts.
Yeah, I got Colts in prime time, too, and I think it'll be a pretty big gap. They got better in the offseason, good draft, so I got the Colts, too.
How about
Colts,
you?
It's an easy one, no-brainer. They have one of the better off seasons of any team, so I'll go with Indianapolis.
I got the Jets in this game. I really do. This is the game that I think that the Jets over go look how many times the Jets have beaten the Colts in the last 10 years. Go look. The Jets have a winning record against the Colts. They play well against the Colts. I don't care if it's prime time. I don't care. They beat Andrew Luck. I've seen the Jets do it. I know Sam Darnold beat Andrew Luck. It's not Zach Wilson. Mm-hmm. I got the Jets in this game. I think the Jets are going to beat the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis. So that's the game. That's the surprise game I have. And the Jets have a winning record going into week number 10 against the Bills. So who do you got, Jillian?
All right, I got the Bills.
I got the Jets here. I think this is my surprise. They got a long bye week, not a long bye week, but a semi-long bye week to be able to prepare. Buffalo, usually when they struggle lately, has been in the middle of the season. So I'll take the Jets.
By the way, Jeff, you say I'm a moron. I can't wait until week number 9, you idiot. Because when the Jets do beat, I'm going to make sure that I come back to this and shove it up your ass. Because you know what the hell you're talking about.
By the way,
all you want.
Jeff didn't say moron. He said maroon. He even spelled it wrong.
Yeah, he is a maroon. He's a moron maroon and a raccoon looking like fatso. Okay, go ahead, Josh.
I'm going to go with Buffalo in this one. I think they're going to be too tough on the defensive side. I'm curious to see how the Jets' offensive line holds up against this defense, but I'm going to go with Buffalo in this one with the experience.
I'm going with Buffalo. I think the Buffalo Bills are one of the most dangerous teams in the AFC, and I think with the talent that they have and the additions that they added this year, they're even more dangerous. So I got the Bills in this game as well. Dolphins and Jets.
All right, I'm going Jets with this one.
I'm going to take the Dolphins in this one. I think too much speed on that defense.
Give me the Jets in this one. I want to see how Tua does, especially it's in New York, right?
Yes, it's in New York.
I want to see how Tua does with this weather. I'm kind of curious. So I'm going to go with the Jets.
I got the Jets in this game, too. It's a home game. And the Jets, if you look at the home games and the home schedule, the way they're set up, the Jets haven't had one. Besides the Bengals, they've had one home win against the Bengals. That's it, as far as what I think. I got the Dolphins. I got the Jets in this game against the Dolphins, being that it's in New York. And I don't know what the Dolphins are. I really don't. I don't know what Tua is. I don't know what he is as a quarterback. So, and by the way, Carl says that Jillian has the Jets at 7-2. That's Jillian's. That's her opinion, and it varies to whatever you want to think. Maybe they are 7-2, but I got the Jets in this game.
Jeff says Jets to the Super Bowl.
All right, Jets Texans. Who do you got? Texans. Wow.
Ooh. So she goes 7-2.
We don't know what the quarterback situation is going to be.
Well, that's true too.
She puts us at the Jets at 7-2, and then has this random dud loss to the Texans. That's even bolder than me putting them at 7-2. I got the Jets. The Texans are the worst team in football. Next.
And by the way,
I don't even think it even matters who the quarterback is because whether it's Deshaun or somebody, who's he throwing the football to? That's the question. So I'm going to go with the Jets.
And by the way, just so you know, Jeff is saying Jets to the Super Bowl. Never said that. And the Dolphins are better than the Jets. Yeah, they're better than the Jets. Do you know how hard it is to beat a team in the same division twice in a season? I just picked the Patriots to beat the Jets because it's so close together. If the Jets were playing the Patriots in week number 2 and then they were playing them in week 14, I got the Jets in week 14. It's going to take a while for this kid to get acclimated in the game. That's the only reason why I got the Patriots winning both games. That's the only reason why. All right? As far as I'm concerned, in the Texan game, I've got the Jets in this game. I don't think the Texans are any good. They don't have any offensive players. You don't even know if Deshaun Watson's playing this season. So how are they going to beat the Jets? Okay,
I'm not banking on him too.
I got the Jets in this game. I think they're the better team. Eagles Jets. Who do you got, Jillian?
I don't know with this one. For me, this is a toss-up. I don't know. I'm just gonna go Jets. Once again, everybody, I am not a football fan, so please do not take these all picks personally.
I'm going to take the Eagles in this one. One of Robert Saleh's defense's weaknesses throughout his career as a defensive coordinator has been against running-type quarterbacks, so I think Jalen Hurts will do well in that regard, and the speed they have on that offense. I'll take the Eagles, close one.
I'm going to take Philadelphia also. I think there's still talent on there. I'm still thinking Jalen Hurts is going to be a good quarterback. I don't think he's going to be a great quarterback. I think he's going to be an okay to good quarterback in this league. They gave him Devontae Smith. Let's see how that progression goes. So I'm going to go with the Eagles.
The Jets never beat the Eagles. Never. Yep. They never beat the Eagles. I don't remember the last time the Jets beat the Eagles. And I actually like the Eagles. My second favorite team in the NFL is the Eagles. I'm a Donovan.
Great. You're a Philly fan, too.
I'm a Donovan McNabb. I grew up a Donovan McNabb fan. Everybody knows this. How many times do I have to tell this story?
I know.
I'm actually going to switch my choice to the Eagles.
She picked the Eagles. I've got the Eagles in this game. The Jets never beat the Eagles. So.
Remember the Jets had a 14-0 lead or something like that, or 17-0, and then Brandon Marshall threw it backwards, and then this game went all downhill from there.
So I got the Eagles in that game. Saints and Jets. Who do you got, Jillian?
I got Saints.
This is interesting. This could go either way because I don't think the Saints have enough receivers to take advantage of the bad secondary, but I'll still think the coaching edge will go to the Saints. So I'll take the Saints close.
Josh?
Oh, man. Is it Jameis Winston as the quarterback or Taysom Hill? Does it really matter? In Errol's eyes, I don't think it does. So I'm going to go with the Jets in this one.
I think the Saints are going to be out of all the greatness that we've seen the Saints over the years and now losing Drew Brees because he's retired, they're going to be dropping off. Yeah. Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill, are you kidding me? I think both guys are horrible. Horrible. And I don't think they're going to do anything. I think they're going to really – I think the Saints could be the worst team in the division this year.
Whoa.
Yes. Yes.
You think worse than Carolina?
Yes, I think Carolina's going to be a lot better than people think they are. I've got the Jets in this game. I don't trust Taysom Hill, and I don't trust Jameis Winston. And by the way, go look at Robert Saleh's record against the Saints defensively. It's pretty damn good.
By the way, Jeff says she's a massive Jets fan. Errol should propose now. They have equal football knowledge. And Snug says they should have the wedding on air. I would even donate cupcakes for the reception. And then Jeff follows. The Jillian Errol marriage will be phenomenal. Both blindly pick the Jets. A match made in heaven.
By the way, I have the Jets having a 500. I think they're in right now. They're 6-6 on my my
either
list.
6-6 or 7-5.
Yeah, I think that's what they are.
What
so I don't know what you're talking about, you idiots. Again, I'm going to tell you.
Even picked your team to sweep.
I already told you. I even picked the Patriots to sweep the Jets. You stupid morons. You guys are idiots. How about this? Why don't you shove Snug's freaking cat up your ass, Jeff? Okay, now Who we got? Jets,
Miami again.
Jets and Dolphins.
This time in Miami.
I'm going to go Jets.
Okay.
I took the Dolphins the first time. I'll take the Jets the second time to split.
I'm going to take Miami this time. It always seems to be weird when the Jets go to Miami, especially with that defensive backfield. I think they'll figure it out, so I'll go Dolphins.
I got Miami in this game, too. I think the Miami Dolphins are the better team. I picked the Jets to win the first game because it is home, and I haven't really picked the Jets to win any home games, really. So I've got the Dolphins in this game. Jaguars and Jets, December 26th.
Oh, boy, this is a tough one because you got Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson picks 1 and picks 2. Ooh, I don't know. This one, for me, it's a toss-up. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Trevor Lawrence could be really, really good. Or, like you said sometimes, Errol, players who go number 1, they could be a bust. Now, I don't think he is going to be, but he could. I don't see that happening. But I don't know for this one.
By the way, I'm sorry, Jillian. Jeff, that's disgusting. Don't ever do that on our message board. Don't you ever say that again. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. And I'm not even going to reveal what you said because that's not right. Go ahead.
I'm going to take the Jets in this one. Jillian, it's interesting you brought up the number 1 versus number 2 picks. It seems like recently the number 2 picks have had the advantage head-to-head. You saw Winston and Mariota. The Titans destroyed Tampa. The Eagles beat the Rams a couple of times with Goff and Wentz battling each other. So it seems like the number 2 pick has a little bit of the chip in their shoulder. So I'll take the Jets in this game.
Going to take the Jets this one. I just think there's more talent on the Jets side. That's what it's going to come down to, so I'm going to go with the Jets.
Jeff, don't get me started because that's wrong. That's wrong. You don't do that. You don't say that. Don't ever say that again. I have a lot of respect for you. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever talk about somebody like that. That's disgusting. It's despicable. I've got the Jets in this game. First of all, the Jaguars aren't any good. Their defense is terrible. They're horrible. What did they do this offseason to make their defense better? Nothing.
Overpay Shaq Griffin.
They're horrible defensively. Horrible defensively. I got the Jets in this game. They're the better all-around team. The Jets win this game. Jets and Buccaneers.
By the way, Jeff, I just saw that comment. I'm actually very offended by that. So,
go ahead, Jillian. Don't listen to him. He's an idiot.
Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm taking the Buccaneers. Tom Brady. Come on. Versing Zach Wilson. It's Tom Brady. It's the Buccaneers.
Yeah, if the Buccaneers play their starters, it's the Buccaneers. But if they clinch the division by then, who says they can't be playing backups at that point? So if everyone's playing the Buccaneers, otherwise, who knows? Maybe the Jets win.
It's going to be Tampa Bay. There's way more talent in it, so I'm going to go with the Buccaneers for sure.
I'm going with the Buccaneers. They're the better team. They're going into the season as one of the favorites to come out of the NFC and one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl again. And Tom Brady, look at his record against rookie quarterbacks. Pretty damn good. I don't think he's ever lost against a rookie quarterback. So I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. Last game of the season, Bills, Jets. Who do you got?
Bills.
Who do you got, Speedy?
You
guys know the order. Speak.
I got the Bills. I think they'll be fighting for a big seeding at that point, whether it's 2, 3, or even 1.
I'm going to go with Buffalo. Like Speedy said, depends where the seeding is. If they're fighting for the top seed, Buffalo's going to be all in, so I'll go with the Bills.
I got the Jets in this game. The Jets lost the first game against the Bills. I think the Jets are going to win this game. I think, and by the way, go look at the Jets' record against the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. They have a better record against Buffalo in Buffalo than they do at home. So what does that tell you? So it doesn't mean anything. But I got the Jets in this game. The Jets win the final game. I think the Jets win about 8 or 9 games this year. I think they're 9-8 because it's 17 games, or they could be 8 and
yeah. I think I have them 7 and 10 or 8 and 9
or 8 and 9 or something like that. Mm-hmm. I think they win 8 or 9 games this year. I really do. I think the Jets, and I think Zach Wilson will get better and better as the season progresses, and they could really surprise a lot of these teams. They could beat the Eagles this year. They could beat the Dolphins. They might even be able to beat the Buccaneers. Who knows? But as of right now, we just don't know what Zach Wilson is. And these are all predictions. And I still think the Jets are going to be a lot better than people think they're going to be this year. I think they got a lot more talent this year than they have ever had. So, yeah. And that left side of their line is going to be very prolific. So I think that they're going to be a lot better than people think.
Plus, they have competent coaching, unlike last year.
Exactly. Let's go to the New York Giants schedule. Okay. Let's do our predictions, because the Giants schedule is definitely a winnable schedule, especially in their division, which is horrible.
Yeah. You got that right.
All right. Week number 1. Broncos and Giants.
Broncos and Giants. I'm gonna go with
Giants are the home team.
Yes, Giants then. Home opener, have the crowd behind them. Giants.
I'm going to take the Giants, too. I think they match up well with their secondary against those receivers, and I don't think Denver has enough pass rushers to take advantage of the bad Giants line, so I'll go Giants.
By the way, Carl, you say their ceiling is 5. I'm willing to bet you. I'm willing to bet you on that. I'll bet you. What do you want to bet? I'll come out because I'm actually going to be in Tampa probably sometime in December. I have to go and I'm visiting a friend. I'll take you out to a nice dinner if the Jets. I guarantee you by December the Jets will have over 5 wins.
Good recommendation, Salt Rock Grill over there in by St. Pete.
I'm willing to bet you, but if the Jets have more than 5 wins, you're taking me out to dinner, buddy. You're taking me out to dinner wherever I want to go, buddy, because the Jets are definitely going to have more than 5 wins this year. Definitely. Who did you got? Josh, who do you got?
I'm going to go with the Giants in this one. I think being the home team, traveling to the East Coast is always a difficult one, so I'm going to go with the Giants.
I got the Giants in this game. I don't know who their starting quarterback. If it is Aaron Rodgers, I'm taking the Broncos.
No, that changes the whole dynamic.
But I think it's the Giants. I think the Giants are the better team, and they better win the first game because there's going to be a lot of crap to pay if they don't win this game. Giants in Washington, week number 2.
All right, I'm going to go Giants. Now, if my memory serves me correct, the Giants did – the reason that the Giants didn't get into the preseason was because of Washington, if my mind is serving me correct.
That is correct.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a revenge game for the Giants. I think they're going to want to, avenge that loss. So I'm just going to go Giants because of that reason.
I'm going to go Washington. They're at home. That defense is brutal still, that front seven, especially against the Giants' offensive line that is going to have some new pieces back. Daniel Jones will be running for his life. I'll go Washington.
Give me the Washington football team. That defense is stacked.
When are they going to change this damn name? I mean, it's
apparently not this year.
It's terrible. It
Washington
is awful,
football
they
team.
They seem to like it,
horrible.
though. That's the funny thing. They've heard that they want to stick with it, which is weird. But Fitzmagic will have his moments. He usually does early in the season. It's later in the season where he becomes Fitztragic. So
every one of these teams are football teams. So why do we care? It's called the Washington football team. Why don't you call them the Washington Beavers or something like that? Call them something. Give them the Washington Geese. I don't know. Or how about this? The Washington Gizzards. Okay. I mean, I have no idea. Give them something. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, the Washington football team. I got Washington in a game. Their defense is unbelievable. And being that, is that a Monday night game? I think that's a Monday or Sunday night football game. But I got Washington.
It's a Thursday night game.
I got Washington in that game, no matter what it is. So Washington wins that game. Giants and Falcons.
Giants and Falcons. I'm gonna go Falcons.
I'm gonna go Giants. Long week, kind of like what I was saying with the Jets after the Thursday game, and they have some good matchup advantages with Atlanta. With, like Errol saying, a pretty bad defense and not enough pass rush to take advantage.
Defense for the Falcons is awful, but the thing is, I want to see what the Giants' defense is. That's what it comes down to, right? I mean, we're not totally sold. I'll pick the Giants in this one. I'm on the fence with it, but I'll take the Giants. Not totally sold on that pick, though.
I got the Giants. I think the Giants, they're going to be 2-1 going into week number 4. I think the Giants, their schedule really, besides maybe 2 or 3 games that really stand out. I mean, they're playing the Rams, the Chiefs, and the Buccaneers. Their schedule is pretty damn easy.
They played the Rams hard last year.
Yeah, so they're pretty damn easy. So I got the Giants. So they're 2-1 going into week 4 against the Saints. Who do you got?
I'm going to go Giants.
I'm going to go Saints. I think this will be a pretty big blowout. They've owned the Giants for years.
I'm going to go with the Saints in this one. Again, they've really taken to the Giants. I don't know what Jameis is going to be at this point, what Winston will be, but I'm curious if the Giants can keep up with the speed of the Saints, so I'm going to go with the Saints.
I'm going to go with the Giants. I think the Giants are going to win this game. And to me, I don't know what the Saints are. And the Saints lost a lot of players this offseason. And losing their star quarterback, even though he's not the star quarterback he once was, I can't trust Taysom Hill a whole season. And now they're talking about Jameis Winston starting. They paid Taysom Hill the $100 and some odd million. Some people are saying that Jameis Winston's going to be starting this year, which makes no sense when they didn't really give him the big-time extension. So I'm going to go with the Giants.
Before we get to the next one, comments. Jeff says, willing to bet the beef has the Cowboys going 17-0. Yeah, that sounds about right. Snug says the Washington Unicorns featuring Earl. Jeff says the WFT, Washington Football Team, are the second team in the NFC East without a logo. Carl says something very interesting. NFL banking on Rodgers suiting up for the Packers. Look at their first 4 games, 2 primetime games and 2 late window league games. Yeah, that's a very good point, Carl. Snug says, why do I imagine that Josh makes his pets wear lunchador masks in the house? I don't even know what those are. And then Carl says picking 34 New York football games is tough to get through.
No, we're gonna go through. We're gonna go through pretty quick. I just want to know what you guys got. You don't have to tell us why. Okay, just give us what it is because we have a long show to go and we have a lot of stuff to talk about. So, Cowboys Giants. Who do you got, Jillian?
Ooh, I don't know. Oh my God.
It's Cowboys are home team.
Cowboys are the home team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just gonna go Cowboys.
I'm going to go Cowboys. The Giants have struggled in Jerry World recently.
I just said who. I just want a team. I don't want to hear. Go ahead.
Give me Dallas.
I got the Giants in this game. I think this is the first. I think the Giants going into the week of the Rams. I think the Giants are 4-1. I do. I think the Giants are 4-1. Rams Giants.
I'm going to go Rams.
Rams surprisingly close.
Rams.
I got the Rams in this game as well. Panthers Giants.
Ooh, I'm just going to go Giants.
I got Panthers.
Giants.
I got the Panthers. Giants Chiefs.
Chiefs blowout.
Chiefs easily.
Chiefs. So the Giants are going to go on this losing streak now. Raiders Giants. Who do you got?
Giants.
I got Giants here.
Giants.
I got the Raiders. I got the Raiders in this game. Yep. I got the Raiders.
When you said losing streak.
Yep. Giants Buccaneers. Who do you got?
Bucks.
Buccaneers.
I got the Giants in this game.
Oh.
I think
they played them close last year.
They played them close last year, and I think the Giants are a better team this year. Why are you saying what? They're playing.
I don't know.
And you could say I don't know how you want. I got the Giants in this game.
I don't want to give my explanation. Well, because we got to get through. So
Eagles Giants.
I'm gonna go Eagles.
Devontae Smith revenge. Devontae Smith sticks it to them.
Who's the home team?
The Giants in this one.
I'll take the Giants in this one.
I got the Eagles in this game. The Giants don't play the Eagles very well.
No.
Giants Dolphins.
Giants.
I'll take the Giants upset. They have a good track record with Miami.
How are the Giants playing Dolphins when they're not playing?
That's the one extra game. It's
terrible.
17th game.
Random,
yeah.
Should have picked the Jets. That would have been better.
The Jets are playing the Eagles.
Give me the Dolphins in this one. Dolphins.
I got the Dolphins in this game as well. Giants Chargers.
Chargers steamroll them.
Chargers, especially if the Giants are traveling.
They're traveling. I got the Chargers in this game too. Cowboys Giants.
I'm gonna switch this one here. I'm gonna go Giants.
I got Giants winning round 2.
Giants, tough to sweep both in 1 year.
I got the Giants in this game too. Giants Eagles in Philadelphia.
Oh,
in Philadelphia, I'm gonna go Eagles.
Eagles blowout.
Oh, easily Eagles. They always kill the Giants in Philly. Somehow, no matter if it's a blowout or a close one.
Eagles sweep the series. Giants Bears.
Ooh, I'm gonna go Giants.
I got Chicago.
I got the Bears.
Okay.
I got the Giants in this game. I don't know how good the Bears are this year, and I'm not going to trust Justin Fields, or being that he's a rookie quarterback, in him if it's Andy Dalton. So I'm going to go with the Giants in this game. And the final game of the season, the Washington Football Team against the Giants in New York. What do you got?
All right, I'm going Giants.
This is where Giants get their revenge and keep Washington out of the playoffs.
I'm going to go Giants in this one. It's going to be very close, though, with that defense for Washington.
Giants win this game and clinches a playoff spot. So, I think the Giants are going to win this game. Listen, I think the Giants are a lot better than people think they're going to be this year. I really do. I think this is the second year under Joe Judge, and I just think that they figured things out. I think Ramsey's I think he's a very good defensive coordinator. I think this defense is a lot better than people think they are, and I think they're more prolific offensively. I think Daniel Jones, if they can keep him on his feet, is going to be a lot better this year, and Jeff could say whatever he wants. Me and him both agree about Danny Dimes. I think Daniel Jones is a good quarterback in this league, and I think he's got weapons now. I really do. So I got the Giants making the playoffs and possibly winning the division. So
hope you're right.
They're a lot better than people think. But Jillian, thank you for calling,
Yes.
my sweet.
Oh, thank you guys so much for having me. I felt like, it was too long since I had been on a show, so, I had to surprise you guys and call in.
We really appreciate you joining us. And
Of course, and Speedy,
Yeah.
how about the Mets?
Yeah, about time they start winning.
yeah, well, how about that Lindor, who they overpaid for and is not hitting?
It's all right. They got Miracle Mazeka to make up for everything.
Oh.
He's actually been hitting the last few games, but yes.
Lindor is he's batting 194, okay?
Not anymore. He's hitting 205 now.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's knocking the crap out of the ball.
Hey, listen, I'll take it if they're winning games. I didn't give a damn.
It's not because of him, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
Miracle Mazeka.
Could you stop with this Mazeka guy? He's having, 3, 4, 5
Isn't it
games?
Mazeka, Speedy? Patrick Mazeka?
He's had 4 or 5 good games, and you're making it seem like he's the next thing.
Two walk-off hits as a rookie is pretty
Congratulations.
impressive.
They're not even hits. They're fielder's choice.
Oh, that's right. My bad, Josh.
What are you on, drugs or something? Give me a break.
Well, we're going to have Justin Toscano on tomorrow from the Jersey.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
tomorrow.
I can't wait to hear that. By
Hey,
the way,
you said get guest. I get guest.
yeah, you did. You did. Anyways, thank you, Jillian.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys. Have a great rest of
Jillian,
your
keep
show.
calling me, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, of course. Have a good night, guys.
Jillian, and by the way, Jeff, stop being awful like that. That is despicable what you said about that young lady. She's had all that surgeries, all the stuff that she's gone through, and you're going to say something like that? That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. You know she's gone through all that, and you say that despicable thing? That's wrong, man. That's wrong. I don't care what you say. You could say whatever you want about Josh, me, Speedy. You don't say that about somebody that's had so many horrible situations in her life. Yeah, you are so terrible. That's disgusting. That's wrong. I'm sorry. You don't do that to somebody. You don't know who that is? How about this? She had cancer, all right? She had cancer. She had surgery from her brain, okay? And you said something like that. That's despicable. Despicable. She's lucky to be alive right now.
Yeah.
You have no idea, so don't say something that you don't know about. That upsetted me, Jeff. You don't do that about somebody. If you don't know somebody and you don't understand the trials and tribulations she's been through in her life, you don't want to take a shot at her and put it out there for everybody to see it. Disgusting, man. Absolutely disgusting. Anyways, getting back into the schedules. So let's go through the NFL quickly. We'll go through some of the schedules. The likely schedules. Because we know the Patriots. Let's go to the Patriots schedule. Quickly, Speedy. You go to the Patriots schedule and read it off to me, and we'll go from there. Okay?
All right, Patriots, week 1, get the Dolphins.
Go through the games, and let's go. Dolphins.
Patriots at home against the Dolphins.
I got the Patriots in that game.
Patriots.
Okay, go to the next game.
Jets. We already said that one.
Jets. The Patriots have that game. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Saints at the Patriots.
Patriots.
I got Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
The Tom Brady return. Buccaneers at the Patriots.
I got the Patriots.
I got the Buccaneers.
I got Tampa.
I got the it's in New England.
Yes, it's in New England.
I got the Patriots.
All right, Belichick beats Brady. All right, Patriots Texans.
I've got the Patriots. The Patriots are 5-0. Right now the Patriots are 5-0.
Patriots.
And you got the Patriots too. Okay, who do you got?
Dallas at the Patriots.
Patriots.
Jets at the Patriots round 2.
Patriots.
We already said that.
They're 7-0.
Patriots and the Chargers.
I got the Chargers.
I got the Patriots. Patriots close game. Patriots at the Panthers.
I've got the Patriots in that game.
I'll take Carolina.
You love Carolina, Speedy. I'm going to go Patriots. You're picking Carolina to win every game.
I picked them to beat the Giants and Jets. Okay. Cleveland.
I'm just saying, those are the only options we've had.
Okay. Browns at the Patriots.
I got the Browns.
I got the Browns too.
Browns.
Patriots at the Falcons.
Patriots.
Tennessee at the Patriots.
Tennessee.
I got Tennessee as well.
I'll go with the Titans in this one with the running.
Patriots at the Bills.
At the Bills?
At the Bills.
Buffalo.
I got Buffalo as well. Patriots at the Colts.
I got the Patriots.
I'm going to take the Patriots as well. They usually play the Colts well. Bills at the Patriots now.
I got the Patriots in this game.
I'll take the Patriots as well.
Patriots.
Jaguars, Patriots.
Patriots.
Oh, come on. Stop.
Patriots. And then Patriots at the Dolphins to finish the season.
Patriots.
I got Miami.
Patriots.
Ooh.
Patriots maybe lose 3 games. Their schedule is easy.
Yeah.
They have a very easy. How do they have such an easy schedule? I mean,
the NFC South got a lot worse. That's what the AFC East is playing.
They've got such an. How do they get these easy schedules? I mean, seriously. I mean, and Cam Newton. It's not going to be. More and more, I think of it. I think Mac Jones will be the starting quarterback. He's going to win the job from Cam Newton. He's going to take the job from Cam Newton. And I think Mac Jones, I'm telling you, I think Mac Jones is a lot better than people think he's going to be. So I think he's the next. I wouldn't say he's Tom Brady, but if there's anybody close to what Tom Brady does, a guy that's very good in the pocket, very good pocket presence, same body structure, everything. I think that Mac Jones is going to be very, very good.
Carl says 12-5 or 11-6 with that schedule. I think I had them 11-6 or something like that.
Got him 12. I got him. I've got the Patriots 13. There's 17 games.
4, I guess.
15-4. So they're 15-4. I think they lose 4 games.
Snug says because they are God's team. I guess referring to the schedule. And Jeff says it's the same schedule for the Jets.
Let's go to Chicago because that's
Carl's team.
Yes, let's go to Chicago and where we go. And it all depends who's starting. It really all depends on who's starting in the beginning of the season. If it's a rookie quarterback, it could start very, very slow for Chicago. If they start with Andy Dalton, it'll be better for them.
They got the Rams in L.A. to start Week 1.
The Rams.
I got the Bears. They play the Rams well. They've always done well with the McVay offense. Week 2 against the Bengals at home.
I've got the Bears.
I got the Bengals in this. Those receivers, I think, will be very tough for a bad Bears secondary.
Bears.
All right, Bears at the Browns.
Browns.
I got the Browns. Browns, yep. Lions, Bears.
Bears.
I got the Bears.
Are there any Tigers in this game, too, in this one? I'm going to go Bears in this one.
No, they play the Tigers Week 2.
Okay.
Bears at the Raiders for the second time, the Khalil Mack revenge game.
Bears at the Raiders?
Yep.
I got the Bears in the game.
I got the Bears.
Bears, too.
All right. Packers, Bears.
Where is it going?
Soldier Field.
Soldier Field. It's going to be in
Chicago.
In Chicago. I'm gonna go the Bears in this game because I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be there. So I'm gonna go with the Bears.
I'm gonna go with the Bears too. I don't think he'll be there either.
If he is there, I'm gonna go with Green Bay. And even if he's not, I still think there's somehow, some way they find a way to win this game.
All right, Week 7 against the Buccaneers in Tampa.
I got Tampa.
I got Tampa as well.
Tampa.
Week 8 at home against the 49ers.
In San Francisco?
At home, Chicago.
Oh, Chicago? I got San Francisco in the game.
I'm going to take the Bears close.
Bears because it's the West Coast traveling. I know it's the Midwest, so it's not that much of a difference, but it's still enough, though. So I'll go with the Bears.
Bears at the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
I'm going to take the Bears. I don't think the Steelers are that good. Ravens at the Bears in Chicago.
What is it?
Ravens at Bears in Chicago.
In Chicago, Ravens.
Ravens, I got 2.
Yep, Ravens.
And then Bears at the Lions. I think that's a Thanksgiving game.
Bears at the Lions. Bears.
Arizona Cardinals at the Chicago Bears in Chicago.
Arizona.
I'm going to take the Bears. Natural grass field tough for
you
Arizona.
And these picks, man, they're ridiculous.
I'm going to go with the Bears too again with the West Coast traveling. I'm going to go with the Bears.
All right, Bears at Lambeau to take on the Packers.
I'm going to go with the Packers.
I'm going to go with the Packers as well.
Packers.
Vikings at the Bears, Soldier Field.
I'm going to go with the Bears.
I'm going to go with the Bears.
Bears
at the Seahawks in Seattle.
Bears at the Seahawks in Seattle. Seattle.
I got Seattle.
This is where I think this is the upset for me. I'm going to go with the Bears in this one.
Okay, Giants at Bears, we already did. And then they finish off the season with the Vikings in Minnesota.
Minnesota wins.
I got Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Bears make the playoffs.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think they do. I think that defense is really, really good. I'm questioning who the quarterback is and how good Justin Fields is going to be early in the season. I think he wins the job, obviously. Andy Dalton's going to be the backup, and he's going to help Justin Fields get acclimated into the game and the offensive game. I think Justin Fields is going to have a pretty good season. I think he's going to be up for Rookie of the Year.
I do too.
I think he's going to be very, very good. He's going to be, to me, I think – out of all these quarterbacks, I think Zach Wilson is going, as the seasons progress, Zach Wilson is going to be the best quarterback out of all these guys. But I think it's going to be Justin Fields. Because especially being with the Bears, first of all, he's the best wide receiver out of all of them. I mean, look. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence doesn't have a receiver like that. No. Zach Wilson don't have a receiver like that. Let's be honest. I mean, Robinson is one of the best wide receivers, one of the top 5 wide receivers in the league. So that really puts him in a good position. So I think the Bears are going to be a lot better than people think, and I think that defense is prolific, and I think they're dangerous. They need to fix that secondary.
Yes, Carl just mentioned that. 9-8 or 10-7 at best. Secondary will struggle without Fuller. Luckily for them, Carl, they don't really have a lot of great receiving cores that they have to worry about.
Their division stinks.
Their division stinks. They're going to Packers are probably going to lose Aaron Rodgers.
They're going to lose Aaron.
Minnesota's been average year to year. So, I mean, they have a good receiving core, but the rest of their team isn't great. And even the good receiving cores they had, like I said with the Rams, they usually play the Rams very well. So, even when they had the great receivers. So, it's not going to be as big of a deal as you think with the schedule that they have. And ending up with the Raiders as the one random game was pretty interesting considering the geography of it.
Jeff says they'd go 0-17 if they played the Jets every week. Actually, the Jets play well against the Bears. They do. They whenever they do play the Jets. I think I would say the last 4 or 5 times that they
lost the last time, but I think they won the last 3 before.
The last 3 before. The Jets play very well against the Bears. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter who the coach is. They always play well against the Bears.
Well, the Bears always have different coaches, too. So
yeah,
the Jets aren't the only one going through a coaching carousel, as you know, Carl.
Yeah, so I really say that. And Jeff's just trying to be a smartass. I'm not – listen, when I picked the Jets, I said the Jets were a borderline 500 team. I wasn't beating around a bush. I wasn't lying about everything. I didn't pick them to win 17 games. I picked them to win 8 or 9 games, which is – kind of where their record is. By the way, read what they're saying.
John Suggs joining the chat. I think the Giants will move up big time. I could see them being a top 15 team. Mm-hmm. It's doable with their schedule. It's still going to be very hard.
I think they will. Yeah.
Carl says Josh makes no sense. He picks the Bears in all goes with team trading from the West. Then the Bears go out West, and he picks the Bears over the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. There's always going to be.
That was my one upset. That's why I said it.
But there's always going to be some like that too, Carl. You're going to win some West Coast games and lose some West Coast games. And then Jeff says everybody pick the Jets every week. You all are nuts. You got beefitis.
First of all, none of us did that. None of us did that. I think Speedy.
I want to say I had him 8, 9, or 7, and 10.
Yes, and same thing with Josh. Josh doesn't have them on a winning record either. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. That's what I hate, Jeff. When you say things, there are things that come out of your mouth that are completely false on what we say. We did not. None of us picked the Jets to have a 500 record. None of us, except Jillian. And you're going to take a shot at us because we have the Jets winning 8 or 9 games? What are you, an idiot? I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous. And we picked your stupid team to win 14, 15 games, okay? So what does that tell you, you dumbass? Oh, my God.
Snug says, conspiracy theory, Josh and the Beef are secret cousins.
Thank you, Snug. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Maybe you stuff your cupcakes in your mouth or something. Maybe eat some candy corns or something. Anyways.
Candy corn?
Yeah, let's, before we get off football, because I do want to get into hockey. And by the way, John Suggs says, go ahead, read.
Biggest question mark in the draft, Bengals passing up on Sewell needed to protect your investment. Yes and no. Yeah,
they added some offensive line.
Right. Maybe that was the ideal pick at the time, but they made it work later on. So I don't think you could fault the Bengals for what they did later.
Bengals had a good draft.
I thought so too.
They had a very good draft. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you look at their draft from the first round to the 4th round, it was a very good. Very workable draft, so I think it was good for them. I really do.
Jeff says, you also said that the Pats have a very easy schedule.
They do.
Fail to realize everybody in the East plays the same schedule. Yes, besides the 2 games and the 1 random geographic game, yes.
The way it's set up for the Pats, Jeff, just look at the way it's set up for them. It's set up for them to win. They're playing the Jets in the first 4 or 5 weeks. They usually have the Jets. They usually play the Jets like week 4, and then they don't play them until week 9 or week 10. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's set up for them to win. They're playing a rookie quarterback.
And it's a very weird recent trend, not just with the Jets, but with a lot of these division teams. They'll bunch them up at the beginning of the season or at the end of the season. We just went over the Bears. They don't play the Vikings till week 15. And with the Patriots, they didn't play the Bills until week 13 or something like that. So it's very weird sometimes with the way the modern schedules have been like that. Very strange.
John wrote something.
John says, Chargers will shock the world this year. They have the talent to, John, but again, do they win close games?
Worry about their defense. I'm worried about their defense. Mm-hmm. I'm worried about their front 7, And Joey Bosa has to stay healthy.
Absolutely. Carl says, local sports guys had the lead NBC hockey broadcaster on this morning. He had the Islanders third best in the division behind Penguins and Boston.
Interesting. Okay.
Jeff says,
we'll get into hockey. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're about to get into hockey. Jeff says Jets have an easier schedule. They
don't.
They play lower opponents in division games.
Jeff, do you really want to go back into the schedules and match out the schedules? The Jets do not have an easier schedule. You're on drugs.
Now, if you're judging only the tiebreaker games, Jeff, the Texans are not a drop off, or the Texans are a drop off from the Jaguars, who the Jets play, because the Jaguars are a better team now. And then when you're judging, it's the North, the Bengals and Steelers. Okay, or the Browns. There's a big difference there. Okay, and then in the West, it's the Jets are playing the Chargers and the Patriots are playing the the Jets are playing the Broncos. The Patriots are playing the Chargers.
All right, let's go. He wants us to go through it. Okay, let's go quickly. Put the Jets schedule to the Patriots, and we'll go through the games. And let's narrate this, okay? Because I guarantee you, when we go, we're all going to go through it and match out the games. We're all going to say that the Patriots schedule is easier than the Jets.
So Patriots start with the Dolphins at home.
Okay.
Jets on the road.
Against who?
Jets on the road for the Patriots.
Who are the Jets playing in the first round? First game?
Oh, the Jets are playing Carolina.
Okay, and who are the Patriots playing?
Miami at home.
Okay, the Patriots that's an easy game for the Patriots because they're at home, and the Jets are playing the Carolina Panthers in Carolina, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, the Jets have the harder game.
Okay, and then they play each other week 2.
Okay,
which we all said the Patriots were going to win.
Okay, so there you go.
Jets play the Broncos in Denver week 3, and the Patriots play the Saints at home week 3.
And I told you what we think about the Saints. I don't think I think both teams are not that good.
All right.
Okay?
Patriots are against the Buccaneers at home week 4. The Jets week 4 are against Tennessee at home.
The Jets are playing Tennessee, and who are the Patriots playing?
Tampa at home.
That's Tampa's harder.
Yes.
Tampa's harder. Okay.
Okay. The Patriots play the Texans. That's automatically easier than whoever the Jets are playing.
Mm-hmm.
Week 6, the Jets are on bye. The Patriots play the Cowboys, and Jeff will know the Cowboys are the easy ones for that one. And then the Jets and Patriots play each other again. Mm-hmm. The Patriots play the Chargers in L.A. week 8 or week 9, whatever the equivalent is. The Jets play the Bengals.
Okay, the Patriots have the easier game. Okay. I mean, the harder game.
Yeah, Jets have the Colts at Indianapolis Thursday Night Football, and then the Patriots have the Panthers in Carolina.
I think the Jets. I think the Jets are I think the Jets have the harder game.
Yep.
And I think the Jets win that game. By the way.
Browns at the Patriots in Foxborough and then the Jets have the Bills. That's a toss-up. That could go either way.
The Bills are the better team. How do you got, Josh?
I would say definitely. I would say the Bills are the better team.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So then the Jets have the Dolphins at home. Mm-hmm. The Patriots have the Falcons on the road.
The Jets have the harder game. The Falcons stink.
Yeah.
The Falcons stink.
Okay. Then it's the Patriots at home against the Titans. The Jets have the Texans. Okay. The Jets have the easier game in that one.
All right. Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead. Open your big mouth. Let's hear this.
You're going week by week like that matters. They play the exact same schedule except for
But it's the way it's positioned.
Hold on. They play the exact same schedule. And by the way, they might play like an NFC team on the road and the Jets might get them at home or vice versa or whatever. That's just the rub of the schedule because you're going to play 2 home games versus the NFC South and then 2 home games. So who knows how that's going to work out, right? Mm-hmm. The Patriots finished third. So they play the AFC mirror third place team. Mm-hmm. The Jets play the AFC mirror last place team. Mm-hmm. So you're going to tell me that the Jets have a harder schedule playing opponents that had worse records last year?
Jeff, I mentioned that with the Browns and Bengals.
It's a different season. The teams are different. They're much better. Those teams that are last place.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
What games are different? And by the way, we're both going to play a different game because.
Okay. Give me all the fourth place teams. Give me all the fourth place teams.
It's the Jaguars.
Okay.
It's the Jaguars, the Bengals, and the Chargers.
Okay.
Both teams play the Jaguars because of the AFC East.
The Bengals are better this year. The Chargers are better this year.
They play them both.
Mm-hmm.
They both play them, so that doesn't matter.
It's the way it's positioned, Jeff. The Jets are playing the Patriots in the first 4 weeks.
What division are we playing in the AFC?
AFC South. So the Texans and Jaguars, they both play. So the Patriots tiebreaker game is the Browns. The Jets tiebreaker game is the Bengals.
Right. But this is what I'm saying is, so you guys will play the Chargers from the NFC West, and we'll play the Raiders or something.
I think you guys play the Chargers. Jets play the Broncos.
And you're going to tell me the Chargers aren't better than the Broncos?
I didn't say that. We were just going through it. We were comparing, contrasting those teams and putting them from schedule to schedule, week in and week out, because it's the way the schedules are formed, Jeff.
But other than those 3 games, it's the same schedule.
No question. But it's the way the schedules are positioned. The Patriots are playing the Jets the first 5 weeks. The first 5 weeks, that never happens. So who's the advantage? Who has the advantage? The rookie quarterback or the best coach in NFL history? Okay.
But what if Mac Jones starts? Rookie quarterback versus even playing field all of a sudden.
That's fine if that's the way you want to put it. But you're talking about a rookie coach against a veteran coach.
Sure, they have a coaching advantage, but you don't know who's playing quarterback. And not for nothing, I'll take Zach Wilson knowing nothing over Cam Newton. Sorry, did you see how he played last year?
Yeah, but he didn't have anybody to throw to last year. Who did he throw to? 4th and 5th string wide receivers that we never even heard of? You even mentioned it yourself.
Right, but it's the same schedule. You're mentioning how much easier it is, but it's the same schedule other than 3 games. The mirror games in AFC and then
I understand they're the same schedule. It's the way the schedule is formed. It's the way it's formed. How many times I've seen it year in and year out. I remember when the Jets were good in 2007 and 2008, and the Patriots, the Jets were I would say the better team at that time than the Patriots, even though they had Tom Brady. I thought when the Jets were going back-to-back years of the AFC title game, I thought the Patriots had the hardest schedule and the Jets had the easier schedule. But the way it varied in the end of the season, it was the total opposite. So we've seen this before, Jeff. I'm not saying that the schedules aren't the same. I'm saying it's the way the schedules were positioned by the NFL. It's harder when it looks to the Jets. It's a harder schedule for the Jets. With a rookie coach and with a rookie quarterback.
The only thing that could really make it harder is basically and I don't know where it is. Like, I honestly don't know where it falls, but the positioning of the bye week for each team.
The Jets bye week is week 6.
After Atlanta.
Yep. And the Patriots bye week, it's week 6. It's week 6. And
that's a little early.
Yeah, the Patriots, it looks like it's later in the season.
Right, so that's probably an advantage to the Patriots. They get to play probably half their schedule, take a rest, and then play the other half of their schedule.
Yeah, there's a 13.
You'll have a longer grind towards the end of the season.
I think
it looks like it's like week 14.
I think the Patriots' first 7 games it's really positioned for them to win. Just think about it. I have the Patriots 7-0 in the first 7 games. I think 7-0.
Miami's gotten exponentially better. Exponentially.
I don't trust Tua. I don't think Tua is any good. I think it's going to be shown.
Yeah, we both think that, right? But, you're not going to tell me playing the defending Super Bowl champions in the first 4 weeks isn't harder than the Jets.
I said that was probably the hardest game out of all the games. I picked that week. I have the Patriots playing the harder game. But
what are their first 4 games? The Dolphins are a pretty tough game, and listen, I know the Jets will probably play them early. The Jets will probably but that always happens because if you look at it, how many times have we seen the Patriots go to Miami late in the year and they get their asses kicked? Mm-hmm. Mm. It's always like that. They always play them early in the year, and we go to Miami late in the year. It's always that way. Isn't the first game for the Giants always the Cowboys opening week?
Not this week. Most years, not this year. Otherwise, they played. I think the one year they didn't. They played in week 2.
Right, but so this is the one year it's different. But generally, so it's not new that we're playing the Dolphins early in the year because we're going to go week 17 and get our asses kicked in Miami.
I'm going to tell you this right now. The Patriots are going to probably win the first 7 games of the season. I really, they're 6-1 or 7-0 in the first 6 or 7 games. I'm telling you right now. I'm predicting it. They're going to be in first place in the AFC East. I just think the schedule works out for them. It really fits. It gets harder in the second half of the season for the Patriots. It does. But the fact that they're playing the Jets in the first 3 games of the season, 4 games of the season, it bodes well for the Patriots because
but that's happened before too because we've played the Bills both times before week 6 other years. It's happened and it's another weird schedule in year 2 just for the fact that you're throwing in an extra game, right? And so everybody's playing a weird opponent, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
the schedule's a little different.
What throws me off, and this is what is a problem to me with the way the NFL works. And I understand what you're going to say. Well, the Jets got the worst team out of each division, and that's fine. And the Patriots have the third out of all the divisions.
Right.
But this is what throws me off. It's the way the NFL positions these teams when it comes to the scheduling. It doesn't make sense. You don't want to see the Jets play the Patriots in the first 4 or 5 games in the season. You want to see Zach Wilson develop, and then you want to see the Patriots play the Jets at the end of the season, week 13 or 14, and see how good Zach Wilson bears well against them.
Listen. The fact of the matter is the schedule is the schedule, right? Because I'm not going to sit here and tell you the Patriots haven't been screwed by the schedule before. We had to go play in San Diego one year, and then we had to play Denver the next week, and then Mexico City the following week. So Belichick stayed in Denver to practice in altitude to go to the schedule works some years,
and I've got the Patriots knocking off the Buccaneers in New England. I think they're beating.
I don't see that there's any way that happens. The Patriots have too many new players, and the Buccaneers are going to be familiar. And not for nothing.
That's when Mac Jones will be introduced, because I think Mac Jones will take over the quarterback position.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
Deja vu for the Buccaneers. Daniel Jones goes off on them in his debut. Now Mac Jones is going to do the same.
Mac Jones is going to come in, and he's going to help them win that game. You mark my words.
Maybe 1 week apart, too.
Listen, man, I don't see Cam Newton losing that job this year. Look at how bad he was last year, and Belichick still stuck with him.
Listen, did anybody think they were going to draft Mac Jones? Did anybody think they were going to draft Mac Jones?
Listen, he was the quarterback left on the board, and everyone thought they were taking quarterback.
They were drafting. They wanted Mac Jones from the beginning. Everything that I've read, Mac Jones was their guy. It was not Justin Fields. Everything that we thought.
Who's going to say that after the fact? They're going to be like,
I understand.
We had to settle for this guy.
I don't think they settled for Mac Jones. I think they got a very good buy at Mac Jones. Where he is.
No one's ever said that ever about any draft pick. Nobody. So everyone's going to go, oh, that was our guy all along. How many teams have you ever seen be like, oh man, we had to take this guy because someone else took the dude we really wanted?
I'm going to tell you, first of all, if they wanted Justin Fields, they could have gotten Justin Fields. I guarantee they could have gotten Justin Fields. I don't think they wanted Justin Fields.
I think that they were just holding their position. I didn't think that they thought the Bears were going to move up.
I did. I think there was some team that was going to move up for him. There was no way Justin Fields was going to fall to them at 15. No way. And I thought when you see where Mac Jones was, I was very surprised Mac Jones was sitting there at 15. I really was. And I'll tell you, he was the third on my board. And I think I'm going to tell you this right now. When he does play this year, because he will play, and he'll take over for Cam Newton, I guarantee you will see him sooner than later. I guarantee you will see him. Because Cam Newton's going to get hurt. He always gets hurt. And once Mac Jones comes into the game, you know that he's the better thrower. He's the more accurate thrower. He's going to take the job.
I can agree with all of the talent assessments of Mac Jones versus Cam Newton. The problem I have with saying that he's going to play is the Patriots really stacked their defense this offseason.
Yes, they did.
I don't think they're going to allow a lot of points, and I don't think Cam Newton's going to have to do too. I don't think Cam Newton's going to have to score 40 points to win a game.
No,
right? Because I think the Patriots defense is going to be good. So if they start winning games, how do you take out a quarterback that's winning games? If you have them going 7-0 or whatever, you have them going 6-1 or 5-2 or whatever. How do you bench a quarterback that's winning games?
By the way, Speedy, read what everybody's writing before we answer that question.
I was about to. John Suggs says, agreed, I have the Pats winning 11 or 12. They're getting all their opted-out players back. Carl says, Josh, jump off the top ropes onto Speedy. John says, Mac Jones will start by week 4. That's exactly what Errol said. Carl says, Scam Newton. John Suggs says, Fig Newton. And John says, I'm surprised Kyle Trask stayed on the board as long as he did.
Buddy,
he is going to be in the diamond on the rough.
Newton playing quarterback.
He says he's going to be a diamond in the rough, referring to Trask learning behind Brady.
I'm going to tell you this right now. You're going to fall in love with Mac Jones. I guarantee you're going to fall in love with this kid. I guarantee it.
I'd rather have Olivia Newton-John at quarterback than Cam Newton.
Well, that's true, too.
Jeff, would you rather have Cam Newton's offensive lineman brother playing quarterback than Cam Newton?
I would rather have a quarterback whose body parts were constructed out of all the spare ones from Alex Smith and RG3.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Oh, man. But I think I do believe Mac Jones is going to win the job earlier in this season. I think Cam Newton can't position himself and he can't plant his feet. It's been a big problem. Once Bill Belichick sees that with the talent that he has on the field, and they've added some good talent for him, especially tight end talent, they're going to figure it out, and they're going to say, you know what, we want the more accurate quarterback in the game. And once he steps on the field, it's going to be another – I believe it. I don't think he's going to win a championship right away like Tom Brady did, but I really believe that Mac Jones fits like a glove in this offense.
Snug says, I'd rather have Kenny playing quarterback than Cam
No, I don't
Newton.
think so either. But I think he's going to be a very good quarterback in this league.
Snug says,
but you're not answering
the
main question, right? And for all of you, right? How do you bench a quarterback that's winning football games?
Here's how you bet. He's not going to be benched. He's going to get hurt. He doesn't stay in the pocket the way he's supposed to. Somebody's going to hit him. He's going to hurt his ribs. He's going to get pulled out of the game. Mac Jones is going to step on the field. He
was very durable last year. Like, he only missed games but it was because of COVID, so they sat him down. He took a lot of hits and never missed any.
Who was their backup?
Yeah, but they've always been like that year to year.
Who was their backup?
Last year,
yeah.
It was Brian Hoyer, and he did terrible. And then they put Jarrett Stidham in.
Oh God, are you kidding me? Jarrett Stidham and Brian Hoyer,
third-round draft pick. He was a third-round draft pick.
Yeah, come on, Brad. You know Stidham was never going to win that job. Come on, you knew it.
Listen, I get that, but that doesn't mean that Cam Newton, your whole point wasn't about the backups.
Yeah.
It was about Cam Newton's going to get hurt. He took a lot of shots last year and never got hurt.
But he was hurt, but he couldn't come out of the game because he knew that there was nobody behind him. Okay, you
can say what you want. Brian Hoyer's been in that offense for a lot of years.
And I'll tell you this right now. I am telling you right now, Cam Newton will not stay healthy in the first 4 games of the season. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, once Mac Jones steps on the field and he even has 1 rep, he is going to win the job. He's a more accurate thrower. Man. He's a better pocket present quarterback, and he fits the McDaniels offense. He does. That offense is like a glove to Alabama's offense. Short passes. That's what he likes to do. And I'm telling you right now.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. But I don't know how do you bench a quarterback if he's winning football games? How?
Okay.
Ask the Cleveland Browns of 2014. By the way, Snug says, I'd rather have Kenny playing quarterback than Cam Newton. Carl says, with Jay Cutler's emotion. I guess referring to the Alex Smith spare body parts comment, Jeff. Carl says, the way the Bears benched Trubisky, I guess. Which, I guess, in Trubisky's defense, they kind of fell apart for a while after that, but then they bounced back later in the season.
The only comparison that is even close to the Cam Newton, Mac Jones thing would be Fitzpatrick being benched last year for Tua, and that did not work out.
I would say you're right about that. You're absolutely right.
That was the first one I thought
of. You want to know something, Jeff? There are some points that you make that I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
And so how bad did Brian Flores get cut up for benching Fitzpatrick to go to Tua? It was terrible.
Yeah, absolutely. But here's the thing. Fitzpatrick is not Cam Newton. Cam Newton is not the same quarterback he once was as an MVP. Right. He's not. No, he's not.
He hasn't been the same since the middle of the 2018 season.
Dude, I'm in complete agreement with you. But the fact remains that if he's winning football games, that's all Belichick cares about, and he's not going to go away from what's winning.
Here's another argument. I don't even know if Cam Newton's going to win the job. I think that when OTAs start and Mac Jones stands in that pocket, Belichick might say, I have a better chance of winning with Mac Jones than I do with Cam Newton. That could happen. That could absolutely happen.
I mean, he does love out-of-shape quarterbacks, so, it's possible that it happens.
I think the kid, I'm telling you right now, and I'm telling you, I watched a lot of clips and highlights of the kid. And I watched. Hold on. I watched a lot of Alabama. Shut up, kid. I watched a lot of Alabama games too this year. So I watched about 5 or 6 Alabama games this year. The kid is very good in the pocket. He's got great feet, very good feet, and he's not fast. But just like Brady, when he stands in the pocket and he's ready to throw, and you give him time, he's going to make every single pass. He's very accurate. The only 2 quarterbacks in this class that were as accurate as him is Zach Wilson and Justin Fields. Okay, and Zach Wilson he was more accurate than by maybe 0.2 of a point. than what's his name again, Mac Jones. Okay, that's how good and how accurate Mac Jones is. 20-yard passes or more. So I'm telling you right now, Mac Jones fits that offense. I think he fits like a glove. Justin Fields wouldn't have fit that offense. He wouldn't have.
When you see the Patriots, except for Cam Newton last year, that was the first time they ever went after him.
I think Mac Jones is the perfect guy for that. When I saw Mac Jones drafted, I laughed because I know you didn't want him, but I'm like, this was a good pick. It was a great pick. And by the way,
you did was call me. That's the first thing you did was call me. You thought, and you said, "What do you think Jeff's thinking right now?"
That's exactly what I said, and I laughed and I said, "You know what? I think that was a great pick."
Carl said, the only redeeming quality to the pick is Bill Belichick can make a racehorse out of dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen it with Jacoby Brissett played well, and Jimmy Garoppolo was a world beater. We know he stinks now. And Matt Castle.
I was going to say Matt Castle was a miracle.
It's all about the way you run your offense, and they love to use the running backs in the open field, short passes, and they love to use the slot right receivers. They don't throw it. We've seen the Patriots dominate games by throwing 7-8-yard passes and letting their wide receivers beat you with their feet.
If you see Mac Jones in there by week 5, it's because they're 1-4.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to bet you that Mac Jones wins the job, okay? I think he's going to win the job. I think he's going to win the job. I think he's a better quarterback than Cam Newton.
Jeff, if the Patriots are like if they're 3-1 or 4-1, but Cam Newton isn't doing anything on the field, you don't think there's any shot at all that they go for the switch at that point?
No idea what he said.
No. He said that if they're 3-1, if the Patriots are 3-1, and he's doing nothing in the game number 4, and they just say, you know what, we got to go with another. We're gonna have to go
any
another
of the
route.
games, yeah.
And they're gonna go. Hold on, he can't hear you because for some reason I got to figure this out. But he's saying that you don't think that they would just say, you know what, Cam Newton's not playing well. Let's bring in Mac Jones. You don't think they would do that?
History would say no. You wouldn't see that because how awful did he play last year? And Belichick still didn't go away from him.
Carl says Cam had COVID. He never looked like he got over it last year, and he looked sluggish and off. John Suggs says Cam can't even complete a 15-yard throw, while Jones has a cannon. And then Carl says everyone forgets Cam had COVID. Yeah, you just said that. And John says Cam hasn't been the same. Cam hasn't been Cam ever since not diving on the ball in the Super Bowl. Actually, John, he had 2 more good years, or 1.5 more good years after that.
But you could go back to last season, and Cam, how awful was Cam last season? And Belichick still wouldn't go away from him.
Again,
but
I think Belichick.
About Jarrett Stidham. You could say whatever you want about Jarrett Stidham, but the fact remains, 2 years ago he was a 3rd-round pick, and Cam Newton was playing so horrible last year that he should have at least put Stidham in the game to see what he had. That's how bad Cam Newton was.
But come on, Jeff. Yeah, he didn't trust Stidham. He didn't trust Hoyer. He had to keep Cam Newton in the game. He had nobody to. There was nobody on the field for any of those guys to throw to, anyways.
If you go and look at the, because the game Cam missed was against Kansas City, and Hoyer was terrible. And if you go back and look at that second half when Stidham was in the game, he performed well.
If he trusted and believed in Stidham, why did he draft a quarterback in the first round?
Yeah, because quarterback is a need. I'm sure that they think it's a need because Stidham isn't the dude, and I'm sure that's what it is. But he should have at least. Dude, Cam was terrible last year.
He was horrible.
He was horrible. You should have at least given Stidham the opportunity to win the job.
John says Bill didn't really care because half of his team opted out. It was a wash year anyway.
I agree.
Which is fair.
I absolutely agree.
No, Bill, 100% that's not true. Did you see the Patriots lay down in any game?
No, they didn't lay down. They didn't lay down, but I think Bill realized that he had no chance of winning that year. I don't think he did.
For all of the things you can say about Bill Belichick, I think last year was one of his best years coaching.
Yeah, he won 7 games with a bunch of nobodies. Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt about that. We're not saying he laid down, but again, I think it might judge when it comes to protecting certain players.
Listen, we're not taking shots at Bill Belichick. I can't stand the man for what he did to the Jets, but nobody's going to take away from his greatness and what he was. And anybody that thinks that he can't win without Tom Brady, well, he's going to prove it. And I'm telling you right now, he will win with Mac Jones. He will win with Mac Jones.
What's he did to the Jets was perfection. I'm giving it a chef's kiss right now. Mwah, chef's kiss.
So kiss my ass. How's
what he
that
did
sound?
to the Jets.
Of course.
Beautiful what he did to the Jets.
Of course, because you're a Patriot fan.
Beautiful.
Well, good. Congratulations to you. I'm just saying.
But that's what Bill did. He was on the treadmill that day, looking around the building, going, "Even I can't make this franchise a winner. Get me out of here."
That's not what he was thinking. Stop with your stupidity.
That's the way Jeff said it.
It's like all the memes of Tom Brady, one final task, and then leave him with the Lions.
Only him. Only Jeff. That's what we deal with, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff from Tampa, everybody.
I mean, you're the one with the B vitus. They're going to win 9 games, please. They'll be lucky to win 6.
First of all, I think I picked them to win 8 or 9.
I want to say yours was 8 and 9.
I think it was 8 and 9. I think they have a losing record, borderline winning record. That's what I said. I don't think the Jets are going to. I think they're going to win. They're going to win one game that's going to really stand out, and that's the Indianapolis Colts. A lot of people don't think they're going to win that game. I think they're going to go in Indianapolis and they're going to beat them. That's what I think they're going to do. I think Zach Wilson is going to outplay Carson Wentz. And
Carson Wentz is even healthy.
If he's even healthy. But I don't think that's the only game that really stands out to me that the Jets are going to surprise everybody. Every other game, they should win those games. They should beat the Falcons in London. They're the better team. They should be.
And
okay?
this is what's funny about the whole thing. Can I just go back to like when you guys were talking about, the Jets are going to London, and everyone's like, man, that's going to be tough for the Jets because of the time difference. Hey, Speedy, you're retarded. It's the same time zone.
I didn't say that. It wasn't me. That wasn't me.
That wasn't him.
That wasn't me. I know how time zones work.
Time zone.
It wasn't him. That was Josh. Josh said that.
Oh, it's tough with the time zone, huh? They're both on the East Coast, stupid.
Wait, what about with the time zones?
No, you said because they were flying to London, it was going to affect them. That's what you said. The time zone was going to affect the Jets.
No, I said it was going to help them anyway. They're not playing in Atlanta now. It's going to help.
No. You said that you picked Atlanta to win that game.
Yeah, but I still said that it's going to make it easier for them to have a better chance of winning the
game. No,
you
did not say that. You said the time zone was going to affect the Jets for flying over to London. That's what you said.
Yes, the time zone is going to make a big difference because the Falcons, they get to teleport there.
Hey, listen, they go back to the future.
Well, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you were wrong, Josh. You said that flying all the way over to London is going to affect the Jets.
I think it's going to affect both teams, but I think it will benefit the Jets a little bit more. I just think the Falcons have more talent on offense. That's what's going to be a tough part of them.
That's what I said too,
but no, I think I picked the Jets to win.
No, you picked the Falcons.
Picked Atlanta, but for the same reason I did. You thought the receivers are going to be too tough for them.
You picked the Falcons.
Oh, then I backtracked that damn.
Dude, I remember exactly.
I was freaking thinking.
I remember what you were saying, and that's what you said. Speedy did not say that, Jeff. You attacked Speedy. That was Josh.
He's stupid too. He's bumped his head too, right? But like that, this is what's funny about the whole thing. That time zone difference thing only makes a difference if, like, I don't know, it was like the LA Chargers and they would have to fly across this country.
No, Errol, don't have him attack Speedy. Have him attack me instead.
No. I'm just listen, and I would stick up for you too if he was wrong about that. I'm just telling you the truth. I remember everything that you guys said and who you picked. Okay, and when you've taken shots at me, I didn't pick the Jets to have a winning record. I
don't think any of us did.
I didn't. I said
nobody should. Nobody should.
I think.
I'll give you something that Speedy.
They're not a dumpster fire, and don't say they are. They're not.
You want to know another idiot thing Speedy said? The Houston Texans are the worst team in the league. Yeah, they had the third pick. I mean, they traded away, but they had the third pick. Who had the second?
Okay, now they're not going to have Deshaun Watson.
He's literally just coming on here to attack every single one.
You don't know that. He hasn't been suspended yet. You don't know that.
Okay, if Deshaun Watson is still on the Texans, he's going to hold out. He might get suspended, yes, and then otherwise he'll get traded or released.
And even if he's still there, who's still on the football?
You don't know any of that's going to happen.
Okay, what are the odds that Deshaun Watson will actually play for the Texans at all?
I like what John said. They take a plane there, and I thought they ride a boat over there.
Yes.
That's pretty funny, John.
Yeah, the Jets take a jet.
I mean, jet up, right? Isn't that the big thing? Hey, Zach Wilson's, what is it, his uncle with JetBlue or something like that?
I don't think he has a problem with money, that's for sure. Right. Either did who came from a rich family that
Sam Darnold.
No, Sam Darnold did too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of these.
Josh Rosen did.
Josh Rosen came from a rich family. Yep.
Also,
Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel came from a rich family. So,
Well, Johnny Manziel had a lot more than just thinking about money. He had a lot of issues.
Well, he needed to spend the money.
He liked a lot of powder. He liked a lot of powder, Jeff. Your favorite
Damn
thing.
right. That was his favorite item after football game Sunday.
What did you say? What did you say, Jeff?
I said, of course I love it. I'll grind more rails than Tony Hawk. But this is the thing. Speedy's like, oh, he could get traded. Really? Name one team right now that would trade for Deshaun Watson. Who's even got a spot open for him?
Nobody.
What, do you think the Bears are trading Justin Fields right now for Deshaun Watson? So where's the trade going, Speedy? Where's the trade?
Right now, where the trade could go?
Well, yeah. Well, it's this offseason, so you're saying he's going to get traded. So where's he going?
I think he could go to the Steelers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're going to throw Ben Roethlisberger out and eat all that money. You're dumb.
No. I'm not in the middle of the season.
John makes a point. John makes a point. The Raiders could.
The Raiders could.
Maybe.
I can see the Raiders.
The Colts could if Wentz gets hurt. Yeah.
No, they couldn't. All those teams are up against the cap, and you can't absorb.
Not Indianapolis.
They can't absorb the salary and let go of a guy because they'll have a dead cap hit and try to absorb Watson's salary.
He's right. Speedy is right about that. He's right about that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe not the Steelers then in that case.
The Broncos?
The Colts and the Broncos. The Broncos have the money. Yes, they definitely do. Thinking of the NFC.
So now tell me
Washington.
So now tell me who's trading for Deshaun Cosby.
Carl's funny. One rapist for another in Pittsburgh.
This is what I'm saying. He's proposing a trade. Not only does almost no team have space for him, maybe the Broncos do. Who's trading?
Washington does
with
too.
All of these out?
They have a lot of money.
Guess what? The New York Jets are going to trade for the ghost of Aaron Hernandez. All of a sudden, they stop caring about murder.
I would say Washington does too because most of their team is young and on rookie contracts.
How about the Ravens? Lamar Jackson, they haven't signed him. They haven't given him an extension.
No way.
Why not?
No, because that organization will never have somebody that comes in there and on that. Look what they did with Ray Rice. After the incident with Ray Rice with his girlfriend. He got cut.
No, I'm not talking.
Y'all retards are in a padded room bumping your heads against the wall because you're dumb. Who's trading for a person with these kinds of allegations?
I don't think anybody.
Trade for a dude.
Not right now. I'm saying in the season.
It's over.
In the season, if something goes his way in the case.
It's over. The Jets were the best shot, Speed. The Jets were the best shot.
Say that again, Jeff?
These cases aren't going away. They're going to take years to litigate. So what do you think? The courts have decided that they need to make a decision because the trade deadline is coming up.
No, they're not going to do that. But if the value falls dramatically that far where the Texans can only get a day 3 draft pick or something for him, who says a team doesn't say, all right, why not? I'll throw you a 4th round.
Also, Arrow, anytime the Ravens have had an issue in their locker room with a certain player, they always get rid of that player. They've done it every time.
Listen, bro, the Texans trade Deshaun Watson for a day 3 draft pick. I'm sending you to Cabo on my dime.
If the case gets that far, and we've seen the Texans be that dumb, who knows? It might even come to that.
It's so great because the entire league is sitting there going, wow, what's it going to take 3 firsts and a second? And Speedy's like, nah, get the 7th round.
Of course, initially, that was before the allegations. Once the allegations come out, nobody was trading 3 first round picks.
Arrow and I both said the Jets were the best shot at the time.
Before the allegations, yes.
We both thought that he was going to go to the Jets, and it was done.
Right, and we saw what kind of great PR bonanza it was for Ray Rice. Now let's go get a guy that's been wiping his dick up against everybody. That seems cool.
If the value falls later in the season, it could happen. And again, even if he doesn't get traded, Jeff, he's not going to be playing for the Texans. He'll either get suspended or he'll hold out. He's not playing for that organization.
Right, so your idea of a trade is what? Retarded. Just say it. We all know.
But the initial thing I said is that the Texans are not having Deshaun Watson. You were mocking the fact that I said the Texans were the worst team in football, and you said there were 2 teams worse. Yes, the Jaguars and Jets now have franchise quarterbacks. Meanwhile, the Texans have a bunch of scrap heap free agents.
Not for nothing. Let's not overlook the fact that the Texans drafted Errol's sleeper quarterback. By the way.
Who was that?
Davis Mills.
Davis Mills from Stanford.
I didn't say he was my sleeper.
I think Kellen Mond
from Texas Tech.
No, I said Mond.
You said Kellen Mond.
I said Mond.
I mean, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Who cares? They're both bums.
You think Kellen Mond is a bum?
No, it just depends. Like, listen, we've talked about.
You definitely don't think Kellen Mond is a bum.
No. We've talked about this before. everyone, it doesn't matter who you are, what draft pick you are, what position you were. Maybe linemen can get away with even being on a bad team. But for the most part, skill players, wide receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, it's all dependent on the situation that you're drafted in.
Of course, yes. But I think Kellen Mond, he's positioned. I think he's going to be a good quarterback in his league, and I
don't
really,
even know where he went.
Minnesota, and he's going to be the future quarterback.
That's a nice set of skill players. Average offensive line.
He's the future quarterback.
Jefferson's going to have a good time over there.
Him, dude. He's the anorexic Culpepper.
By the way, read what everybody's saying, Speedy.
Okay, Carl says, hanging with Hernandez was my friend's fantasy team name. Snug says, breaking news, Packers trade Aaron Rodgers for Deshaun Watson, as first reported on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Carl says, miserable but funny. Speedy did say that Watson could get traded, which, yes, I did, Carl. I know I said I didn't say that was the only scenario.
Just read it and shut up, Speedy.
And then John says, Seattle would even make the trade because Wilson has $69 million left and Deshaun Watson has $16 million this year. And then jumped to $40 million. The following year, a 4-year contract worth $156 million.
Good point.
Hold on. What was the Aaron Hernandez fantasy football team name?
Hanging with Hernandez, one of Carl's friends.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Mine's Josh Brent's driving school.
These fantasy names are crazy, man.
Mine's a tribute to the Bees.
Here's the problem. If Russell Wilson wants out, where is he going? Aaron Rodgers, we know where he's going. If he goes anywhere, he's going to the Broncos. Right. And where is Deshaun Watson going? Derek Carr right now is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Yes, you could say whatever you want. Oakland, if you see, he was a top candidate for MVP last year, if you look at his numbers. So why would Oakland decide to part ways with Derek Carr when he's one of the cheapest quarterbacks at what he did, the last couple of years?
Right, everyone thought they overpaid him at the time, but now it looks a little better.
It looks a lot better.
Sorry, sir. Oakland is no longer a franchise.
You know what I mean. The Las Vegas, whatever. Las Vegas Raiders.
Listen. If he gets traded to Oakland, that'll be something.
John says
Green Bay.
Bay.
A new stadium for the baseball team now, so they can't even do that right.
John says Green Bay will open the door for Wilson.
They got love.
And then Carl says Silverberg's rumor mill might be my new team name.
Love it. I love it, Carl. You go for it, kid.
Silverberg.
I'll even give you the copyright.
The only thing is Josh will expect a royalty if you win the league.
Exactly it. You go for it. You take whatever you want. Every win you get, I want $5, and at the end of the year, I want some of that pot if you want to win in the league.
Every time I will say this. Carl. Carl's a dedicated fan, and I'll tell you this right now. Carl is a very good fantasy player. So, and by the way, Jeff is very good at betting. When he does his parlays.
I want to see Josh get a face tattoo. He'll look just like Aaron Hernandez's jail boyfriend.
Oh my God! Can you? I don't know. I saw this. Well, he can't even hear me, so there's no point of even rebuttaling.
By the way, we're not going to get into all our NHL picks and stuff like that for the playoffs, but I do want to finish.
I wanted to throw that in. Who was that stupid muggle telling me about how good the Islanders were? And it wasn't you. Who was the other idiot on your network that had the show that was commenting about the Islanders being so good? Turns out the Islanders finished behind the Bruins, you idiot.
Who are you talking about, Anthony LaRocca?
Oh, that's the one. Yeah. He shows rest areas looking for Islanders players.
I will say this. It might have been the best thing for the Islanders because they're matched up against the Penguins, and I think that's a better matchup for them instead of getting matched up with possibly the Bruins or the Washington Capitals.
I got bad news for you.
Yeah.
Right? And I respect the Islanders. We've talked about it all year. Yeah. I do respect the Islanders. But, buddy, they're going to get wiped out by Pittsburgh. Any team that just lost back-to-back games against Buffalo and then lost to New Jersey is hurting.
You want to bet? Let's make a bet. I think this is a good bet. I really like this bet. Let's make a real
underwear, don't you?
No. Yes. Here's what you got to do. If I win and the Islanders get out of the first round, you have to wear a woman's thong on your head and take a picture of it and post it up on social media. Okay?
Send me Britney's.
I will. I'll send it. I will. I'll do that. Okay? I will do that. I will absolutely do that.
I want them unwashed.
I'll tell her that. I will. That'll be the deal. And if I lose, I have to do the same thing. Okay? Sounds fair.
No, dude, you're fucking disgusting.
hey, if you're so sure about it, you make the bet. I'm very sure that the Islanders are going to not only beat them, wipe the floor with the Penguins. Make the bet.
No, yeah, the Islanders are in bad shape, dude.
All right,
they're in bad shape.
Let's make a bet. I like this bet.
Nothing's. Listen, I'm already Speedy. By the way, did you get your drinks yet?
No, I did not.
Oh, see, someone's welching on the bet.
No. We haven't gone out anywhere yet.
We haven't gone anywhere.
You should have already gotten you those.
No, we haven't gone out anywhere. And when we do,
when you go out, Speedy, expensive drinks.
I know.
1942 tequila, Johnny Walker Blue. I want you going high end on this motherfucker.
Hey,
I won't let you down, Jeff.
I'm sure he won't, because every time I go out, I have like $100 bill. So.
Johnny Blue is going to be a whole lot more than $100 a shot.
I'll buy him a friggin' bottle of Johnny Blue, you idiot.
See, Speedy? See how I contribute to your alcoholism?
Yes.
By the way, make the bet. If you're so sure that the Penguins are going to win, make the bet.
I'll take the Penguins, but it's got to be money. I don't want to pair.
Come on, it'll be funny.
Dirty drawers.
No, I want it to be funny. I want it to be funny.
Great. You can do that. Nothing's more satisfying than cash.
Well, over the years, I've had people, make bets with me and lose their bets, and they had to do something crazy on social media.
Speedy, just say Speedy. Speedy's made bets and had to wear women's underwear. Just say Speedy.
And a Cowboys jersey.
Speedy.
That was actually more painful.
I had the Deshaun Watson bet with Arrow. That never,
that never happened. Thank God.
What did you do with it afterwards? Did you send it to the homeless?
So John Suggs says the Penguins will win. Okay. All right. John, you want to make a bet on that?
John also says the Hurricanes will be a deep threat. They were my cup pick at the start of the year.
They're going to be a deep threat. Mm-hmm. But the only
Brind'Amour was a hell of a coach, man. If they let Rob Brind'Amour leave that building, they're stupid as hell, that organization.
They're not. She's staying.
Their front office has been a little questionable at times, but I've definitely grown.
They haven't agreed to anything. They're still having problems.
Right. Mm-hmm. Carl says, I still can't believe the NBC broadcaster says that the Islanders were rough. They have no offense. And he also says Jeff has to put on a Jets jersey for the bets.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be painful.
You know what? That's the bet.
That would be funny.
That is the bet.
And then you got to wear a Jets jersey. No, that's not a good
No.
bet.
I will put on a Patriots jersey a second time, which I don't want to do.
Yeah, you've done it before. No,
all right.
That's all.
So do figure out something else. But you have to wear a Jets jersey.
How about you wear a Penguins jersey then? They beat the Islanders.
No, he's going to want something else. What do you want me to do?
I own an Islanders jersey, so it's not really painful for me.
No, I want you to wear a Jets jersey. I want you to wear a Jets jersey.
Like Money in the Bank, kid.
Come on, make a bet.
Yeah, you're on. You're
going to wear a Jets jersey. What do I have to do?
What's the price of a Jets jersey?
One DH gauge. You get it for $20.
Yeah, $20-$30. You can probably get it. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what you'll send me.
All right.
$20-$30.
All right.
How's that? Nothing's more satisfying than cash.
That's fine. I'll send you $30. No problem.
I do enjoy money.
I know you do. And all right, so that's the bet. Everybody heard it here. He's got the Penguins. I've got the Islanders. I think the Islanders will win the game. I think they win the series in 6. It's a 7-game series, right? Mm-hmm. I have them in 6. I have the Islanders winning in 6 games.
Are you kidding?
No.
Penguins in 4.
Ooh, going for the sweep.
Okay.
They rarely happen in the NHL playoffs.
Islanders win the first game of this series.
They're going to send out that building like the dump it is. 4-0 Penguins.
By the way, Slug says, I still have pics of Speedy in a Cowboys jersey. Thank you for that, Snug. I really needed to have a little deja vu of that.
John says, go ahead.
Well, Carl first says, I like the Islanders if they can get to the second line to score. Yep, offensive depth is key. John says they just extended the head coach contract, I guess referring to Carolina. Maybe they just did it now.
Yeah.
Brind'Amour, I didn't hear that.
Who cares about the Hurricanes? Every year they threaten and every year they get beat. They're bums. They're absolute bums.
They are a better team, though, than they've been in years past. They were just an average team in those other years.
They're a very good team every year. One year they were in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right, but they were a wild card team. Now they're actually a lot more of a complete team, though. So.
Boston body bagged them.
They did. They did. They did.
That's why I think the Islanders are positioned very good, because I think they match up very well against the Penguins. If they came in third, who would they play, Speedy? And if they came in third,
so if they played,
they play the Capitals.
The Capitals, they would lose. I don't think right now, the way the Islanders are playing, if they play the Capitals, the way the Capitals played them at the end of the season, the Islanders get wrecked. So,
John says Errol has to wear short shorts and go for the fire department and pose for pics on the truck. And Carl says, how about the revelation for the Panthers this year? Yes, they've been quite a one. Go ahead, Jeff.
You're talking about how the Capitals have been playing at the end of the season, and then yet ignoring that the Islanders lost back-to-back against Buffalo and lost to New Jersey.
Let me ask you a question. Before COVID-19, what were the Islanders doing last year?
Sitting around?
They were struggling. They lost 4 of their last 5 games. And what did they do in the playoffs?
Lost in the semis.
They had a hot goaltender that took them all the way to the Eastern Conference Championship. So please, Jeff. And by the way, what did they do against the Penguins last year?
Your horns on the.
What did they do to the Penguins?
They didn't play the Penguins.
No, I mean
the
year before that. What did they do to the Penguins 2 years before?
Oh, you want to go back years?
2 years.
Oh, yeah.
2 years.
Hey, you remember when the Jets won the Super Bowl?
Oh, stop. Yeah, I wasn't alive, so what does it matter? I never got a chance to see it.
It only matters what they're doing this year. And this year, they just because you're the one that did it. You're saying, oh, the Capitals, the way they're playing lately. Mm-hmm. Well, the Islanders aren't playing very good right now either.
And again, the Islanders were fighting some injuries, and now they're coming back, and they're very strong. And I think that the Islanders will be healthy enough.
They haven't played yet. How do you know that they're strong? They haven't played yet.
I just told you. They had 3 injuries, and they're coming back, and they're going to be very strong. You'll see. I'm telling you right now, Pajot was not healthy for the last 2 weeks. They sat him out for the last couple of games. Pajot will be back, and he'll be strong.
You're also ignoring the fact if that's the game you want to play, oh, guys are coming back. Okay, well, the Penguins finish first, and they're getting Evgeny Malkin back.
Oh, I'll tell you this. They're not built for the playoffs. Their defense stinks.
They've had a lot of trouble recently, too, with teams they should normally not only beat but dominate the way they did. Montreal should have no business being there. They were the worst team of the 12 teams that made it in both conferences.
I just can't wait.
The Islanders were kind of a new team.
I can't wait until the Islanders win this series so I could just tell, Jeff, thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm actually very bothered by this. Right,
Mm-hmm.
we're ignoring one team that's beloved by a very special listener of yours. What happened to the New York Rangers? Who are they playing in the postseason?
Nobody, and that's what we wanted to get into.
They're playing find a new head coach.
Well, they're gonna be playing hide the salami. That's what they're gonna be playing because
you leave Quinn alone, man.
Yeah. Well,
I wasn't the one that
first of all,
that was
stand
Josh.
First of all, you can't stand him either. You played against him. You said he's an ass. Okay, so don't.
No, he's a nice dude. No, he's a really nice dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really great dude.
Mm-hmm.
Their team that they had, because he used to play ball hockey in the summer with us. Their team was, dude. They made the national finals for ball hockey. They were a great little ball hockey team.
Well, Quinn didn't do so well for the New York Rangers, and now he's going to be looking for another job. He'll probably go back to college hockey and never coach an NHL team.
I think he goes to the Buffalo Sabres.
All right, well, I got to go. See ya.
Thank you, Jeff. There we go.
I think he goes to the Sabres really quick. I think the Sabres are gonna hire him to make Eichel happy.
Well,
New York hockey team retirement home continues.
We went over the time today, but we have a 3-hour show tomorrow. But I want to finish up with the Quinn thing, and then we'll talk more hockey tomorrow because we have a 3-hour show. We have a Mets analyst coming on to the show tomorrow. Has a lot of followers, I think 30,000 followers. So it'll be interesting in what he says about the Mets in the National League. But I have a lot of thoughts to it. But
John Sugg says Rangers proud they got all those draft picks, and Carl says why are they called the Rangers anyway? I think it's Central Park Rangers. I think that's what it refers to.
I think looking at this, we knew this was going to happen. Mm-hmm. We knew this was going to happen. Drury's going to try to put his name and his stamp to this team. And what do you do first to stamp your name to a team? You find a coach. And that's what he's going to do. And everybody, and by the way, when Quinn was hired, Drury was one of the guys that spoke very highly to to the Ranger. No,
the
not
Rangers,
Quinn.
because Brewer's a Connecticut guy and Quinn is a Boston guy. They had that connection.
They had a very good connection, and a lot of people thought when Drury came in that he was going to keep Quinn. The first thing that he did was to fire Quinn, and I think that was a smart move for the Rangers. I think the Rangers are far, far away from being a good team. Their defense needs to be rebuilt. They need to find. They need to build that fourth line. They have no size, no meanness to that team. They have a lot of weaknesses to that team. So I think the Rangers are. I said this already, and I'll say it again. They're at least 3 or 4 years away from being a contender. Okay, they're not a good team, and they need to rebuild. And I think they have a lot of contracts. Everybody keeps talking about Jack Eichel. If they go after Jack Eichel, it's a catastrophe for the New York Rangers. It really is. They have a lot of weaknesses, and the one weakness that they had throughout the season was their defense. The only defenseman that I would want on that team is Fox. That's it. That's it. Miller couldn't stay healthy this year. I don't want to hear from Ranger fans. I'm so sick and tired. Oh, he was great. When he played, he was great. Yeah, and when he did play in certain games and certain teams that he played against, he didn't play well. So, again, he's a young kid. And I think they rushed him into the NHL. Who knows what he's going to be?
John Suggs says he will get hired for the Seattle Kraken if they don't get the Vegas coach. That would be funny if Gallant goes to Seattle after all that. 2 expansion teams in a row. That'd be interesting, John. Carl says, my wife has surgery tomorrow, but I will try to tune in for a bit. Wishing your wife all the best, Carl.
Absolutely, Carl.
Yes,
tell your
absolutely.
wife I wish you nothing but the best. And tomorrow it'll be a 3-hour show, so you can tune in when you're, whatever. You can watch it on your phone. If you're in the hospital. But tell your wife we're here, and we're wishing her all the best, and she'll be in our prayers.
Absolutely.
So I hope she's okay. What kind of surgery?
Sure.
What kind of surgery is she having? If you're still on, Carl, I don't know if she's still on, but definitely let us know. Anyways, but to finish up, the Quinn firing was not a surprise to me. I actually texted Josh when I heard it was the first thing that popped out. It was news. WFAN was the first person to announce it, and it was definitely something that came out. And by the way, I texted Josh once I heard it. Can't really say on air. Okay. Sorry, Carl, but I hope all for the best, and I hope she's okay. But it's not a surprise that Quinn was getting fired. And where they go, I think Messier is definitely a guy that I would look at. I understand they want to hire a veteran coach. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do that. I think Mark Messier has been wanting this job. I think you bring in a guy that won you the last Stanley Cup, a guy that fans love. Absolutely.
What about Torch? You want a Torch?
I wanted Torch, but I don't know if the Blue Jackets are going to let him go.
They did. He's gone.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he's not coming back. I mean, they already say he's not going. Dolan said in an interview to Larry Brooks of the New York Post, he said he has a special connection with Tortorella.
That doesn't mean that doesn't mean that Chris Drury.
No, it's up to Drury. I mean, it's up to. I mean, where does Drury go? I mean, we've heard names of
Messier has been the hottest name out of all.
Because Larry Brooks has already said that the 7 names that he's heard that Drury wants to already interview are Gallant, Gerard Gallant, Mike Babcock, John Tortorella, Bruce Boudreau, Ryan Trocheck, who was the coach of the Coyotes, who won a Stanley Cup with the Penguins years ago, Bob Hartley, and Patrick Waugh, and
Mark Messier. Yes, and
Mark Messier was not one of the names.
I'm telling you right now.
I'm going to faint if they hire Boudreau.
The thing is, Drury has said he wants full-on experience.
Why would you want Patrick Waugh? Okay, the biggest.
I don't want Patrick Waugh. It's not. It's only because he was a teammate of his in Colorado. That's why they're going to do it. But he wants the top 3 names, and I believe Speedy, you guys had the Forever Blue Shirts guy on your show about a few months ago, did you not? You had the Forever Blue Shirt. Mm-hmm. He said the top 3 names he has heard are John Tortorella, Gerard Gallant, and
I don't care what that guy said because.
But he said, "Don't be surprised if you hear Jack."
I don't care what he says because he was wrong about the Islanders. So. He told me that the Islanders were going to be the worst team in that division. And
everybody said that.
And he also said the Rangers were going to win that division, okay?
No, he said the Flyers were going to win the division.
The Flyers were going to win the division. The Rangers were going to be the second.
I had to tell them they weren't even going to make the playoffs.
He said, don't be surprised if you might even hear Jack Capuano's name come in the worst. But he says the top 3 right now are Tortorella, Gallant, and Bruce Boudreau. Those are the 3 favorites.
I don't want Boudreau or Capuano.
Neither do I. Bruce Boudreau is a good regular season coach. He's an awful head coach in the playoffs.
And he had such talented teams, too.
Yeah, I know. know he did. Look at those Anaheim teams, Washington. Oh, my God. Those Anaheim teams, they should have won in Anaheim.
I mean, Ranger fans want Torts. I don't know if
they don't. They do not. Everybody on Twitter, all the Ranger fans,
really?
they do not want Tortorella. They want Gallant. They want Gallant. They want Gerard Gallant.
A lot of Ranger fans that I know, out of all the list of players and all the different coaches that have been brought into the conversation, I heard that it's either Messier or Torts. That's what I heard.
All of the Ranger fans, like I said, that I keep in touch with, that I know, and all my friends are pretty much Ranger fans, and everybody on Twitter that I follow the Ranger blog sites. None of them want Tortorella.
Well, good. They're idiots. That's what I'm going to say. All your friends.
They want what?
Tell your friends they're a bunch of idiots because
Gerard Gallant is still a good coach.
Look what Torts has done everywhere he's gone. Okay?
I agree with you. I want Tortorella back, but I'm just saying, though, Gerard Gallant would not be a bad consolation prize if they get Gallant. Gallant took an expansion team to the Stanley Cup final. That's incredible that he did that.
What are you talking about?
Incredible that he
got
Knights,
them the Golden Knights?
Vegas, yep.
He took a bunch of guys that have never played together before on a team, and they got to the finals. That's amazing. And look at Florida. He set the foundation.
As soon as we bring up the Rangers, he won't shut up. So there you go.
Snug says, bring Tortorella back. John says, moving to baseball, who else loving the Dodgers free-falling down on their face?
Trevor Bauer's
watch the Giants take the division. That is bold, John. Watch the Giants take the division. Carl says get Mick Foley, and he wears a mask.
It's so early. And as it gets hotter outside, does anybody think...
Trevor Bauer said I didn't sign up for this.
I don't care what Trevor Bauer says. I don't care what anybody
And that's Josh's annual daily jab at Trevor Bauer.
I'm telling you.
Because I didn't sign up for this. No shit, Sherlock. Your team sucks.
Hold on one second. His team does not suck.
I know they don't suck. Right now they suck.
They're not playing good baseball.
Dude, the whole league isn't hit. Dude, Mookie Betts is hitting 220, and Seager's hitting 220 as well. Nobody's hitting the baseball. They're not juiced. That's why. There's no juice in the balls.
Now everybody's saying the balls aren't juiced, and that's why the balls aren't.
They can't get it right. Last year the balls were juiced. Now this year they're not juiced. Get it right.
That's why Giancarlo Stanton has 10 home runs and Aaron Judge has 8. So that's a crock of you-know-what. That's a crock of you-know-what.
That's not me that's complaining.
That is an excuse, ladies and gentlemen. That's somebody making an excuse because the Yankees started off the season really bad, and now they're 20-16, 4 games out of 500, and they're only 1 game away from winning, being in first place in the division. And by the way, all the Snugs and all the Jeffs that were laughing at the Yankees because they were in last place. What are you saying about the Yankees now being a game out of first place in their division? They're going to win that division hands down, okay? Hands down. And the way Giancarlo Stanton is playing, he's on the way of winning an MVP for the Yankees.
By the way, Josh, Trevor Bauer has a 2.5 ERA. I don't think that's the reason they're struggling.
No,
I never said that. Hold on. I didn't say that Trevor Bauer's the reason that they're struggling. I said they're struggling because they're not hitting the baseball right now. Their starting pitching is doing fine. It's but you look at, what's amazing is you look at the league average. I believe the league average hitting all around baseball is almost under 235 this year.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
It's the closest since the year before they lowered the mound.
Under 235 is a league wide average. It's terrible.
John says Dodgers suck because they have 9 pitchers on the IL. Yes, that will contribute to it too.
Well, they're not hitting either. I mean, they're definitely not hitting. They have 5 of their players. They have about $900 million that is not hitting. Okay, I mean, that's bad. All right. And by the way, Snug says Stanton is on his way to IL, probably right around. But first of all, he's a DH. He's not even playing in the outfield. As long as he's DHing, he's not going to go on the IL. He's not running. Okay, so there you go. I don't know what you're talking about. Snug, you want to bet that he plays up about 100, 150 games, 145 games? I'll bet you that Giancarlo Stanton plays 140 or more games this year. And he's going to be up for the MVP this year. He is one of the best. He's playing as good as anybody right now in baseball. As anybody. And it doesn't matter if the balls are not juiced or they are juiced. He's got 10 home runs already. 10. More than the Dodgers do the whole season. Their whole team.
Yeah. That's scary thoughts.
I mean,
I would say more for the Dodgers, but that is a scary thought.
He's one of those guys who sneezes and separates his ribs or something. First of all, when he plays in the outfield, he gets hurt. They're making him 100% the DH this year. So you're not going to see him out in the outfield. I'm saying it now. Detroit won't win 33 games.
That'll be worse than the 03 Tigers, which has the worst winning percentage of all time.
How many wins do they have? They have 12 wins already. Nah, they're definitely winning 33.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, they actually had a hot start, but then they had a really bad drought after that. But John, that would break the worst record for a 162 game season in Major League history.
You know who's playing bad?
43 wins.
You know who's playing bad that you're very surprised about is the Minnesota Twins.
Mm-hmm.
They're 12-21. Nobody would have thought
another team that should be hitting that aren't hitting.
Absolutely, with that lineup and that power in that lineup, that's surprising. Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised Oakland's in first place right now. The surprise is the Angels, 16-20, and they have what's his name again? The Asian kid,
Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani, who's up for MVP this year. And by the way, as good as Ohtani's playing and Mike Trout is playing, this team should be playing a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Trout's playing great baseball.
I think the problem is, too, is Rendon's been on the IL all year. It's been a big issue for them. He can't stay healthy at all.
John says the Nationals are horrible, which absolutely is true.
They've been kind of average. I wouldn't say horrible.
I've been wanting to
mean, Speedy, Josh Bell's hitting 125 this year.
Okay, Josh Bell is horrible.
No, I understand that. Go look at them in general. Other than even Soto, I think, is hitting under 285 this year. And you look at their rotation. Dude, Patrick Corbin's got nearly over 10.
Yes, they've had their issues.
Big guys,
and they're
Speedy.
still...
Patrick's not even playing. Yes, they're awful, Speedy. They're bad.
There's a lot of teams,
18.
but it's still early. I think a lot of people are just attacking the situation right now. Because
I said about attacking, but go look at the team in
who
general.
Who would have thought that
the Nationals were going to be this year?
Who would have thought Cleveland would be 20-14 right now? I think they're a lot worse than that. Oh, okay. And when you look at the National League, San Francisco 22-14.
That's not lasting.
Come on.
That is definitely not lasting. The Giants probably have the second or third worst roster in the National League.
I told you about St. Louis. I told you guys about St. Louis, and I'm telling you right now, they're one of my World Series favorites are coming out of the National League. I think they're that good. I'm not surprised that the Mets are 18-13 right now, and they're in first place. But that's because a lot of people, the Atlanta Braves started really slow, and they lost their number one starter. I think when they get healthy, I think the Braves are going to win the division. I think they're.
What about the Mets? The Mets are going to get healthy too.
Yeah, but
they're going to get Lugo.
The Mets aren't hitting. They're not hitting.
But they're still going to get their starting pitching back.
I know you love your Mets. I know you love your Mets.
No, it's not about the Mets, but you brought up that the Braves get guys back, but the Mets are getting guys back too. So it's kind of being almost a hypocritical situation because the Mets are getting good starting pitchers back.
Two starting pitchers. One starting pitcher.
Huge. That's ginormous, the two starting pitchers. The Mets are top 5 in the league in
When was the last time Noah Syndergaard pitched? When was the last time he pitched?
Who cares?
When was the last time he pitched? Please tell me. When was the last time he pitched?
It was a year when Severino pitched a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago. So you're going to tell me right now today, and when he gets on the field, he's going to pitch as well as he did?
When you see Tommy John surgery pitchers, when they come back, you're telling me that you're giving up on them.
Come on, Josh. God, stop being a Mets fan here. I think Carrasco.
Wait a second. Why? It's not about being a Met fan, dude. It's
sound
about
like one.
being a realistic person. When
Speedy, if you're listening to this right now, you don't think he's a Met fan? Come on.
Tough to tell, but
tough. You're saying this is tough to tell, or what he's saying?
Why is it?
Random listener? Sure.
Why is it I can't say something about the Mets, but you're allowed to say good things about the Islanders?
I didn't say anything. Islander.
That's the thing that pisses me off sometimes. Is when you look at it.
I'm saying stuff about the Islanders.
Hold on. You say things with the way
I'm going to let you speak, and then you're going to let me speak, and you're going to shut your mouth. Because all you do is
that's totally fine. Absolutely, that's fine. Listen, first off, I don't even know. My wife's upstairs sleeping, so she's going to kill me. So when I look at the way the Mets are top 5 in the league in starting pitching. Starting pitching always beats good hitting. That's always been known for the last few years. Go look at the Dodgers starting pitching last year in the World Series. When you get starting pitchers, and go look at the Met bullpen this year too. The Met bullpen this year has been way exceedingly better than we all thought, and ever so lightly. Speedy, you agree with that one? Did you think the Met bullpen? Now you're going to get their best reliever back. Think about it this way: the Braves have probably lost Soroka completely now for the year because now he already had a major setback and he's going to need surgery. So you might as well not even count him in. Ozuna's not hitting. The Braves are going to be a very good team. The Nationals I'm not buying. The Marlins I'm not buying. It's the Braves. And I have to see more with the Phillies. The Mets own the Phillies this year. And it's funny. We make fun of. It's funny. We make fun of when Mickey Callaway did the thing when he got the batting order incorrect. Yes. Everybody mocked him, and so did I. Mm-hmm. Joe Girardi put a guy in the bullpen who wasn't even on the 40-man roster. He put him out there. Nobody said a peep.
I didn't hear about that. That's pretty sad.
No, but even going back to the Jarred Kelenic thing for tomorrow, right? Jarred Kelenic is being called up and everybody's making fun of the Mets. Are we going to just ignore that James Shields was traded for Fernando Tatis Jr. and we're going to let that slide and never even bring it up like Jeff Passan and those scumbags don't?
The White Sox front office was smart either.
Even when things are good, people find a way to slander the Mets. It's about liking the Mets. I get pissed off when people slander them because they go, ha, LOL Mets. Dude, you trade James Shields for Fernando Tatis Jr. I don't know who the hell Jarred Kelenic. Tatis Jr. is a stud. They traded him straight up for James Shields. James Shields gave up a home run to Bartolo Colon.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Iconic.
That's my point.
Before Errol gets to his point, I will read some comments. John Suggs says Kansas lost 10 in a row now, I guess referring to the Royals. Yep. They had the best record in baseball before that. Snug says no, Pablo Sandoval is terrible, and yet he insists in staying in the major leagues. He's actually done okay pinch hitting for the Braves at times, though, this year.
He's a good pinch hitter.
Yeah. John says Oakland looks as complete, and the Brewers also. Nothing flashy, but playing good together. The Athletics have been that way for a while. They just need to do in the playoffs. The Brewers, yes. Snug says...
Just read what they say and stop making it insane, stupid things.
Snug says Josh is to Mets homers what Earl is to Jets homers.
Which I'm not a Jets homer, by the way.
And
Never was.
John
it's not about being a Mets homer. It's about just showing numbers.
You're definitely a Mets homer.
And then John says, name the last time the Mets...
I'm not. And you know what? You're a Jet homer.
John says, name the last time the Mets won the pennant or win it all. They are trash. The last time they won the pennant was 2015, and then winning all was 1986.
You didn't read all of it. Read the other one.
I don't have another one.
You didn't read what Jeff wrote?
I don't see a comment from Jeff.
Jeff says, shut up, Josh, you stupid moron. No one cares about your moronic opinion, and your blank takes a half-tard. I don't know.
Well, either way, that's him insulting me, so I could give two flying fucks what he says.
Okay.
There's my
language.
language.
All right, no cursing. But here's what I'm going to say about the Mets. Noah Syndergaard has not played in a year and a half, as well as Luis Severino. I don't expect much from Luis Severino when he comes back. I never thought that I did. Okay? I don't care how healthy he is or how 100% he is. You're coming back from an injury of that magnitude, and it takes at least a full year to figure things out, especially when you haven't pitched for a year and a half. So count Noah Syndergaard out. Okay? Carrasco has never pitched in the National League East. Never. Just like Lindor has never hit in the National League East. So he's going to come out against players that he's never really pitched against. So already he is coming. He's coming up Schitt's Creek. Okay, he's not going to be at 100% in that division. So again, when you look at where the Mets are, yes, the Mets are going to get healthier. Yes, the Mets are going to be in that better situation. To me, if you look at the Braves and you look at the Mets, the Braves are going to get players back in the division that they've played in that division, they've won in that division, and they've went far in that division. The Mets are getting back players that are not healthy, one, who hasn't pitched in over almost 2 years, and another pitcher that hasn't pitched in the division. So in my eyes, when you look at the Mets, now the Mets pitching staff, yes, it's a top 5 pitching staff. And yes, good pitching wins ball games. No question that it does. You don't know what Jacob deGrom is because Jacob deGrom is coming back. We don't know when he's going to pitch next. He's on a DL. He's not 100%. And when he does come back, even though it's not a scare, we don't know how big of the injury it is. So again, are you going to bet on Marcus Stroman? I'm not. All right. Are you going to bet on any of the other pitchers?
He's done well so far.
Yeah, he's done well so far. And last year, what did he do? Okay, we have seen.
He didn't pitch last year.
Okay, the year before, Josh, when he came to the Mets. Okay, did he pitch well? The
No,
answer
he didn't
is
pitch
no.
well. I
No.
admitted he didn't pitch well.
The answer is no. And he's trying to fight for a contract, which the Mets aren't going to give him. All right, they're not going to pay him when they have to pay Noah. All right, so. Honestly, when you look at the Mets, yes, they're in first place. And yes, all the Met fans could be jumping for joy. The Atlanta Braves are a much better team than they show. And even though they lose their number 2 starter for the season, you don't think they're going to go out and find themselves another starter and go and bring somebody in?
I mean, they have the farm
trade?
system to do it. I'm just trying to figure out what injuries do the Braves have that they're getting back. I mean, Darno's out for the year now. So he's out for the year.
Just got Max Fried back.
They got Fried back, which is a nice.
Their number one
like
guy.
Fried a lot. I like Fried a lot.
He's the number one guy.
Ozuna to me, he's not. Again, Ozuna to me, he's not hitting how he did last year. He's hitting 220 right now.
None of them are hitting. None of them are hitting. And none of the people are hitting in baseball.
No, I know,
now.
and I agree. And I think losing Darno is huge for this team because Darnell was such a catalyst in the playoffs.
And I'm willing to bet you guys and all the people are saying the Dodgers are going to win that division.
The Dodgers are going to be fine.
They're going to win that division.
They're not as ridiculous.
It's not hot. I'm telling you, when it gets warmer out, the ball will start going out.
But isn't it always warm in LA though?
No, but they're not playing they're also not playing all games in LA. They're traveling. They're going to different.
No, I know they are. Listen,
what's their record right now at home? I'm willing to bet you they have a winning record at home.
They probably do. I know as a whole, I think they're 19-17. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they're 19-17.
They're 19-17.
The Dodgers are going to be fine. The Dodgers, to me, are the favorites to win the World Series. It's not even close.
They're 9-5 at home and they're 10-12 away. Okay,
yes,
they're losing away, and it has a lot to do with the cold.
I think the Mets and the Braves are both going to make the playoffs. I think they're both going to make it.
Read what they're writing, Speedy.
John says now you got DeGrom out. Yep. Hopefully only one
spit
start.
it out, and then you can say what you want.
Hopefully only one start. Snug says, so are the Braves a secret better team than the Mets? John says Soroka comes back around 60 days. That'll be big for a playoff push. Inciarte will be back in a week. And Snug says it was 95 today in Sacramento.
They have Pache. They don't even need Inciarte. They have Pache. He's good.
I look at the Braves, and I think the Braves are very, very dangerous, and I still think they're going to win that division. And beware of the Marlins, okay? I'm telling you right now. Say whatever you want. I don't like what Derek Jeter did a couple of years ago, trading away all his stars. But the Marlins are a dangerous team, and they're
a lot better. Pitching right now has been a killer for them. They're just not.
No,
yeah.
But I also think as it gets warmer, they're going to start hitting. They're going to start pitching. And again, I think the best team in the National League right now is the St. Louis. You think
they're better than the Dodgers?
Yeah, I do.
But now, are you saying now? You think
now?
What's going to happen?
I think they're the best team right now in the National League. I think they're the best team in the National League right now.
I was surprised that Mets split with them. I thought the Dodgers were, especially after they were up 5-1 in that game and they lost at the Mets. I thought they were going to fall flat and lose the next 2 or 3.
By the way, for everybody to know that I'm not, lying to you, I picked the Cardinals to go all the way to the World Series this year, and I still believe they're going to go to the World Series this year. I think,
it's not about, and I'm saying, and I'm sticking up for my character. It's not about being a homer or anything like that. It's in fact, again, when I got to this show. The Mets never had an off season like they had this year. I crapped on the Mets on my old sports shows that I was on more than anybody. I hated everything the Mets did, everything that they did. So that's the reason why I have optimism this year. Which this is the first time in probably since 2006 I've had optimism going into. I have optimum too, by the way. Optimism.
I'm sure you do.
Going into this season. This is the first time. And it's just, like I said, I know I just didn't know Errol and Speedy when the Mets were really bad. I hated everything the Mets did. Everything. This is the first time I'm happy for the optimism with them.
John Suggs says, better team, Knicks or Lakers? Honestly, Knicks' losses have been very close all year, and now they look good. Lakers did have a great defensive game the other night.
Hold on. I watched that whole game. It wasn't.
I went to bed.
It wasn't terrible. First of all, the Lakers needed to win that game. The Knicks
did
not.
But so did the Knicks, because now the Knicks aren't going to get that 4th seed now.
So what? They get the 5th seed. What does it matter?
Maybe. What if Miami wins out?
Miami wins out. Miami's not winning out.
No, I know they're not winning out, but hypothetically, if they did, the Knicks get the 6th seed. They got to play Milwaukee.
Oh my God! I think they could beat Milwaukee.
Oh, I was going to say I'd much rather play Atlanta than Milwaukee. They'll wipe the floor with Atlanta.
Well,
they will wipe the floor with Atlanta. They even beat Washington.
Miami is not winning out. I will tell you that right now. And I think that if the Knicks win 2 out of the next 3 games, they win that. They get the 5th spot.
So since we went over the time tonight, is tomorrow night a 3-hour show too?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
John says Miami not winning out. They just lost a great player.
Who did? Miami?
Heat. Yeah.
Who did they lose? Hero? Who did? Oh,
Oladipo's out for the year.
Is it Oladipo? No.
Yeah, he's out for the year.
Did they lose Dragic?
The Knicks didn't do that trade.
Yeah, Heat guards have season-ending injury on quadriceps tendon. Yep.
Who did?
They didn't do that.
Victor Oladipo.
They didn't do that trade. Stay away from him in free agency.
Yeah, I don't think they're winning out.
Go back to Miami if you want. They could have had Kyle Lowry, and they chose Oladipo.
The Knicks are going to keep the same team that they have, and I think that if there's a player that becomes available, like a Chris Paul or something like that, they'll snag him up. I don't think they're going
to. It's interesting. If Derrick Rose keeps playing like this, What do you do with Rose now next year, though?
You have him under contract for another year.
Is it? I thought
it's
he was
2
a free
years.
agent after this
2
year.
years. It's 2 years.
One more year.
Oh, perfect.
They had
Keep
2
him on.
years, so they're going to keep him, and I think they'll
And
extend
they just
him.
signed the Spanish guard too. They just signed the Spanish guard.
Yeah, they're going to
as well,
they're
for a
going to
3-year deal.
they're going to extend Derrick Rose even after this year. If he's playing good basketball, he plays great with Thibodeau. Everywhere else he's gone,
Yep.
Even when he played for the Knicks, he played all right. He didn't play great.
Well, I know we're gonna talk more about it on tomorrow's show, but I am curious where the Knicks go this offseason. And it's so funny because James Harden came back tonight, and then what happens? Oh, Kyrie's out with a bone issue in his face because he got elbowed 2 days ago.
Good.
He just can't catch a break.
John says Knicks need to go after Embiid or Simmons. I don't think they're going to get any one of them.
No, why would Philadelphia trade them?
Carl Anthony Towns. That's the name.
What I've been saying.
That's the name you're going to be hearing in the
Towns
offseason.
or Beal.
That's what you're going to. Nope, Booker, Devin Booker. It's either Carl Anthony Towns or Devin Booker. You heard it here.
Unless Chris Paul goes back to Phoenix.
You heard it here. I'm telling you, Chris Paul will. He is still at 1 year left on his contract.
Yeah, he has the player option. He'll take if he rejects $41 million. He's a moron.
That's not gonna happen.
Nah, it's not gonna happen.
Hold on. If he gets
want to play in New York, but you gotta be
if he gets eliminated in the first round against the Lakers or any of those teams, I think he wants out. I don't think he's going to want to stay there. Why would he want to stay there? He could go to the Knicks or he could go somewhere, make just as much in 3 years.
It's $41 million.
All right.
It's a lot of money.
All right. The Knicks could pay him $25 for 3 years, $25 a year for 3 years. He's still making
1 year
money.
for $41 million. That's a lot of money you're turning down. You better hope you get that.
Why would he go back to Phoenix when Phoenix stinks?
But why do they stink, though? They're the 2 seed right now.
They don't win big games.
They go far. What if they get to the conference finals?
By the way, Jeff says no one cares about the Knicks. Okay, you're right. Nobody cares about the Knicks, but they're the talk of the town. They're the talk of basketball right now. What are you talking about? Everybody's talking about the Knicks. Jeff, come on, man. Again, you're going to take shots at the Knicks. You're going to take shots at the New York teams. That's fine. That's great. But if you don't think the Knicks are a surprise in what they're doing and how great they're playing, which you do, we've talked off air. You believe the Knicks are really a surprise team and been very good this year. And
the Celtics lost tonight, so the Knicks officially clinched.
They clinched this.
They clinched it, so they don't have to do that play-in series, which is awesome. I mean, but
no, they weren't going to do the play-in.
No, Jaylen Brown's out for the year. So you look at the last 3 games of the year, and with the Nets playing the Spurs tonight, the Knicks should win their last 3 games. They got home against San Antonio tomorrow.
That's not right. By the way, Bradley Beal is a guy, too, that the Knicks could be looking at in the year.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said Beal, and I said Towns. I said Cat about a month on the Weekend Crunch. I said it like a month and a half ago. Speedy remembers when it was just me and him doing the show. We talked about the Knicks. I said Karl Anthony Towns' name.
Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal. That's who I think.
They only need 1, I think.
Coach of the year, John Suggs says. Tom, Nate, or McMillan. I think it's Tom Thibodeau.
It's Thibodeau of those two only because McMillan didn't coach the whole year. I think.
But isn't that more impressive? Now, look, I think Thib should get, but isn't that more
though.
impressive because the Hawks were 14-20 when McMillan got there?
Yeah,
and
they're not going to give it to a smaller sample.
25-11 now.
The Knicks were the worst defense in the NBA last year, and they went all the way to the number 1 defense. I'm giving it to Tom Thibodeau.
Yes, no, I agree with you.
Not because I'm a Knicks fan. Come on. Anybody that doesn't see what the Knicks have done this year and been surprised, and they turned Julius Randle into a superstar. A superstar. He is one of the top 5 voting right now in MVP. He's one of the top 3 power forwards right now in the NBA. Okay? So anybody that doesn't think that Tom Thibodeau deserves a lot of credit for that. And by the way, they made the trade for Derrick Rose, and look what Derrick Rose is doing right now. So he's been one of the hottest players in the last 2 weeks. And he's averaged 19 points a game in the last 10 games, 12 games. And the Knicks are 20-10 when Derrick Rose in a lineup. The Knicks are the best. The Knicks are the best they've been in 30 years, and they're still worse than the Nets. No doubt they are worse than the Nets. The Nets have 3.
Yeah, the Nets have 3 of the better players in the NBA.
Yeah, they have 3 of the superstars in the NBA. Nobody expects them to be better. And I'll tell you this right now. I wouldn't be surprised if a team surprises the Nets and knocks them out. I wouldn't be surprised because I don't think they're ready. First of all, I think next year is the year for the Nets. I think next year, with a full season, with all 3 guys playing on the team, and look at Miami. Look what Miami did when LeBron James came to the team the first year. They lost against Dallas in the championship because they didn't know their strengths and their weaknesses, and they had to figure each other out. Then they won 2 championships in a row. And I'm not saying that's what the Nets are going to do, but James Harden, a full year with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, I think next year will be their year.
John says, worse than the Nets. Nets barely beat them by 2 points. Yeah, and there was also a game where they had a bad call. They called an up and down that shouldn't have been called on Randall.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember that game.
Yeah.
I remember that game. Julius Randle almost had a heart attack. He wanted to rip their heads off. So
you can't blame him.
And Julius Randle I'll give Julius Randle a lot of credit. He's been the leader of this team, and it's been incredible. It's been incredible what this team has done. And listen, making it to the playoffs is gravy for the Knicks. It's gravy. It's been a great season for them. I'd like to see them get out of the first round. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. I wouldn't be. So, great show today, by the way.
Yes.
It was a great show, great arguing. By the way, John, show up to the show tomorrow. It's going to be a great show, great lineup. We have a special guest. Who do we have, Josh?
Justin Toscano, who works for the Star-Ledger. The Met beat writer. He's going to be on tomorrow because the Mets have an off day. So that would be cool to have. And then they just mentioned, really quick before we go on SN Sports, that they said the favorite for the Ranger job right now is Gerard Gallant, but they said they're keeping tabs on Rob Brind'Amour, waiting for that situation. If Brind'Amour hits, the Rangers are going to throw every penny of any team in the league to sign him.
I think that's crazy. As good as Rob Brind'Amour is, he's not a Barry Trotz.
But if it's not Brind'Amour, it's going to be Gallant then.
What has he
done?
Gallant
is their number
what
one
has Rob Brind'Amour done in the playoffs?
No, listen, I agree with you. I just think they like what he's done with the young team. They see that they see what he's done with the young kids, and they see how well they've responded to his coaching. They see there's a system put in place, but clearly Gerard Gallant is the guy they really like. He put the foundation in Florida, and he did a great job in Vegas. And he took a year off. Gallant.
Jeff's an idiot. Read that, Speedy.
Josh is the Blake Bortles of the show. Nobody wanted him, so Errol picked him up.
Speaking of disgusting, that was disgusting.
He's a real piece of work, man. He really is.
By the way, as you can see, my co-host is really sticking up for me, laughing his ass off.
First of all, listen. I love you, man, and I don't believe anything anybody says. And Jeff's just being Jeff. Okay?
I know. Please listen. He's the same guy that gave me horse betting advice, and the horse he told me to bet lost. So there's that. So maybe him and his Guy Fieri hairdo should maybe take a walk for a little few minutes.
I'll tell you this. Josh is a pimple on my ass of this show.
Mm-hmm. If he's a pitbull, then he's dog crap on my shoe. That won't go away with that stench. And by the way, really quick, I don't want to mention. I did see the comment he wrote about Jillian. That was not right.
I don't listen. I don't think Jeff knows. I don't think he knows Jillian, but Jillian's had a lot of
and I know Jillian personally, dude. I saw that. I was not happy about. That's why I was silent for a few minutes. I was not happy with that comment.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a very nice comment.
No,
it really wasn't. Hurricanes doing a 3-year extension with Rob as we speak. We be announced this week. It will be announced this week.
Okay,
so,
we'll see.
Robert and
it wouldn't shock me.
And Jeff says, "Who's worse, Beeve or Josh?" Well,
clearly
when it comes to making predictions, the Beeve.
When it comes to player analysis of running backs,
the Beeve. There's a lot of things the Beeve says that's a little offset, but I love the Beeve too, man.
Listen, if Jeff wants to go, baby, I'll be his Huckleberry if he wants, man.
You want to be his Huckleberry?
We'll go, baby. We'll go. He wants to talk. I'm here.
You want to shove your head out in his ass?
I have a restraining order against Jeff, so that's why he's in a different state.
Snug the Cat says, smells worse, is more stupid, bigger homer. What is the criteria?
Until Josh says something as crazy as Ezekiel Elliott could run on the Lions offensive line, I think Josh is not the bigger homer.
Anyways, guys, that's it for our show. We will be back tomorrow, a 3-hour show, just like this one.
Yeah, this one out of left field.
I'll tell you, this was a good show, and I'll tell you, I love the fans. I love the guys getting involved with the show. It really makes the show. It really does. So thank you for all the guys listening and all the people listening on all our streams. I know a lot of people don't really like to call, and if you really want to talk to us, get into the feed like John Suggs, Jeff.
Snug this guy John Suggs. I want to hear him call in. He had some good points tonight.
He made a lot of good points. John he's been a big fan of the show, and he comes in and out sometimes and makes some good quality points. But shout out to Carl's wife. Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Carl's been a good friend and a fan of the show, and I have a lot of
Carl, to make you feel better, I'll spread some more rumors. I'll be Schefter's talk.
So anything but Schefter, and he lives here in Long Island. He lives here in Long Island, so not very helpful. That's for sure. Anyways, that's it for our show. We'll be back tomorrow at 9. Until then, this is Errol, Speedy, and Josh saying good night, and we'll talk to you then. Good night, everybody.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.